experience the full power of the dark side.
This is where the fun begins.
Dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
I love that thing. It cracks me up.
Sorry, wrong show.
Was that Chipmunk or I don't know what's going on?
That's Jawa.
How's the Jawa?
The Jawa karate chop.
Yeah, exactly.
No, my favorite one's the whole dance music, the Java dance.
Oh,
thing.
yeah, that's a this one.
Oh, I love it.
Oh, nice. Welcome back, guys, to another episode of the Sitcast podcast, a Star Wars podcast where we pretty much talk anything and everything Star Wars. We got a great show tonight. I was going to try and use something else to describe tonight's show. I always say special, but every episode is special.
It's
but
exceptional.
Exceptional. Outstanding. But yeah, before I go through all these different adjectives, let's introduce our guest tonight. First introducing Scott Berry. Scott, long time.
Yeah,
long time
welcome
no
back.
see.
Welcome back.
Long time no
right.
talk. I think the last time you were on, I think I was on vacation or something.
Yes.
So-
yeah, Sean's like, help. Got a bunch of us on it. Wound up being, what do we call it? Sean's Runner's Lounge or something like that.
It's like everybody from Spice
awesome.
Runners. We're going to get you
It
through
was
this,
awesome.
buddy.
Yeah.
We're here for you.
Yeah, do not spend any more money on collectibles.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, like that's going to happen.
well, Scott from Spice Runners Lounge. Welcome back. Great to have you back. We got some really good, interesting topics for tonight's show.
Cool.
Another guest that is joining us tonight is J2SO Jason.
Hey guys,
I love
back
that
to
shirt.
you.
I got that from Celebration as well.
Yeah, man, I love this.
Yeah.
Evan was able to grab me it because he was able to like log in because he went. I'm like, oh, if you could give me that shirt and the hat, baby, because
Yeah.
I love clones.
Yeah, me
would-
too.
I was just watching that on TNT right before I got on. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
was
you
gonna
catch
say.
yourself. Stop. Like, oh, got to watch them.
Yeah, I was gonna say is that like one thing about the the episode 2 is that it actually like aged pretty well. Some parts not so much, but definitely just the overall story. But love the shirt. Too bad those shirts were like $50.
Yeah, and they're thin, which is nice, right? But
Yeah.
for Florida,
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
Well, the thing too is that like I remember going to Celebration and going to the Celebration store after almost 2 hours of waiting.
Mm.
I was going like just getting everything I could see, like oh that looks cool, that looks cool, that looks cool, and then next you know, I'm like when I'm checking out, I'm like $700.
Well, that's how they get you. They make you wait in line for 2 hours, and then once you get in there, you're like, I'm gonna make the best of this, and you buy everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what they're good at is not posting like the prices on these T-shirts, right? Like they don't put like the price tag, so you don't know how much they are until you check out, and you're like, wait, how much was that T-shirt? They're only
$75. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, I
here?
wanted that Jango Fett windbreaker. It was sold out before I could even look at it.
Yeah.
That was like $90 for a windbreaker, which I would have still bought, but like.
Look at the Columbia stuff that comes out. They only have so many, and they're $400 a jacket, and you're like, do I really? And it just has a little thing here that says Boba Fett or something like that on it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing with the Columbia jackets, right? I was the same way too, Scott. I was like,
no, I know they're
expensive.
expensive. I get it.
Yeah, I was like, they're expensive, whatever. But then they came out with the Empire Strikes Back one, the one that they wore on the set during the filming. Yeah, I was like, I gotta get me one of those. And then next jacket. They sell out pretty damn fast. Number one, and number two, on the resale on those jackets is insane. I'm like,
well, Here's how I look at it. Okay, it's $400. Let's accept it because it's a nice jacket. It's quality. It's Columbia. They can do that. But they only make so many. Screw that. Make more. Just make more and just deal with it. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of wish they did the opposite with like Hot Toys and statues, where they give you a limited amount, and the value of your collectibles are high just because there is a limited amount, and not mass produced. And mass produced it's like the opposite. Like they're mass producing the collectibles, but not mass producing the jackets, which you need the jacket, you know, especially in like my area,
right? Right, you could leave home without the statue, but not the jacket. So,
right,
yeah. So it's crazy. Speaking of like mass-produced statues, did you guys know that the Mythos Emperor is sold out on Sideshow?
Yeah, I think I heard that. Yeah,
yeah, which is like baffling.
Was it waitlisted last week, or was it? No, it was sold out. It wasn't even on the site.
Gone.
Dude, it's completely like sold out, which is like mind-boggling because I remember, oh my goodness, like the amount of hate this statue got. Like, oh, why is he levitating like that? He looks like Mary Poppins and blah blah blah. But I'm like, okay, well, this will stay on Sideshow's website for a very long time. And mind you, I did not see any sales on this guy. And then next, you know, it's sold out. How's that possible?
Does anybody know how many they made?
There was like at least 2,000 to 3,000. 2,000.
2,000. Yep.
I know 2 people that have. Lee posted it, and he was like, "People say it looks like Mary Poppins." And my friend in New York has one, and that's it. I don't know anyone else. Maybe
I have one.
I'm not sure, but you do have one.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, like I was like the sculpt of the like Emperor's.
It does. Yeah, it looks good.
It's great. I don't think it's as cool as Ventress. She's just
Ventress.
Oh, Ventress.
Yeah,
but
that's the best.
That's the best. But guess what?
His sculpt is beautiful.
Ventress is still like available, which is like, wait a minute, should the opposite happen? Like, you know, but
maybe people getting the Mythos Vader that's coming out. Maybe they're trying to
pair it up. Great.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point.
Yeah,
you know, that'll sell as soon as Vader's out. If they were left, they'd try and pair them real quick. You know.
That and more people might have more of an affinity for the Emperor than they do Ventress. Like I'm more into the Emperor than I am Ventress, but honestly, I would buy that Ventress statue first because it's awesome.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. It's sometimes like even though you like the character more, but sometimes like if the piece speaks to you, you would gravitate towards that piece to talk to you.
Yeah.
But you're also talking OT versus, you know, like animated.
Yeah. The reason why I want to bring this up is because I remember, and I don't know if how long you guys been collecting, even Sean. I remember when the Mythos Vader, the first one, was first released. They were like, "Oh my God, the edition size is 5,000. This will never ever sell out."
Yep.
Here we are, many years later. It's like a grail.
And I want it still.
Yeah. But can you imagine if you lived during those? I mean, you're collecting. You lived those times, but it feels like eons ago. But like, if you're collecting around that time, you know, what happens if you're like listening to all those people talking like, "Oh, it's never going to sell out. Oh, it's going to be around forever. It's 5,000 edition size."
Wasn't it like $350 too?
Yeah, $350. I think the Gamorrean Guard was, even though the Gamorrean Guard is beautiful, it wasn't like, oh, why do you need a Gamorrean Guard? It's a Gamorrean Guard. And guess what? It is the grail of grails.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
Even the dewback. I mean, they were trying to sell the dewback with a friggin' like they couldn't give it away. So what they did was they paired it up with like a sand trooper. I mean, mind you, it was a Sideshow sand trooper, but you bought the dewback, you got the sand trooper for free. Like, what kind of deal was that?
Would never happen.
Yeah, you're not going to see those deals today.
That's like Sean. I'm sure you know, getting any Sideshow 6 scale clone commanders back in the day for like $150. If I had known that back in 2011, I would have bought 5 of each, and then. You know, now you try to get a Commander Gree or something, it's like $600 still. I'm like, what the?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's definitely gone crazy. There's no question. I think some of that has to do with the Mandalorian, that it kicked up a lot of people, including myself. I mean, I've always been huge Star Wars fan, but collecting, I wasn't home enough. I didn't have the space for it at the time. I didn't think of it because I didn't have enough downtime. The pandemic kicked that in. Right? You're like, you got time. You're like, I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this.
It did that for a lot of
Just
people.
kept going. Yeah. So I think that's what's created, like, even the old Clone Wars, Jason, that now they're $600 instead of just being $100 to $200, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're averaging like $250 to $300 a figure. It's insane.
Yeah.
They know what they can get.
Free shipping on that mall bust.
Yeah, they're free shipping on a lot of these things.
Yeah. Ooh, the boba bust.
Yeah.
Well, and they're also doing like 30% off on stock or 12% or whatever, not 12,
They have a
50%.
lot.
And it makes you wonder, okay, everybody's feeling it, right? Everybody's feeling inflation right now, electric bills, gas, all this stuff, to where everybody's kind of stepping back a little.
Yeah. Which I think, I know it's hard to collect, especially with inflation and everything going up, but I think this is the best time to kind of like really like try to
Get a deal.
Right.
And just sit on it. I mean, just because like imagine like when things like stabilize like in a couple of years or so, can you imagine some of like those pieces that you got a deal on? Now they're worth so much more. And now I've been noticing that Sideshow's been kind of like scaling back on the amount of batches that they're making, whether it be hot toys and statues. And like I think I don't know, I was going through the Facebook groups, and you see a lot of people like a lot of hot toys like, oh, low stock, or and I'm not sure if that's like a tactic that they're doing, or maybe it's for real. Maybe Sideshow's like, listen, we're not going to order like tons like we did before.
That's what I think.
We're going to be like very cautious with the amount of batches that we want to buy and sell on our website.
Could be both too.
What did I can't remember. Oh, you know what I saw today? It was the Enforcer droid, like the K2SO.
Oh,
droid,
yeah.
Hot Toys.
Yeah,
That
he's
thing-
on wait list.
Yeah, and it's on pre-order still, and it's already waitlisted.
That's crazy.
And can you imagine like that was your only shot to get a like a K2SO droid? I mean, mind you, he's probably going to show up on Andor. We're probably going to get him.
Yeah.
But
But I think you're right, PJ. Like, I don't think they're ordering as many because they're not selling as many.
yeah.
I mean, look at all the deals all over this website. They're
definitely.
trying to dump some stock.
But what's crazy is it wasn't that long ago that you placed an order, you got a $20 off or $25 off, and you'd get them all the time, and then they stopped. And then that was around the same time that they pulled, you got to use your rewards within the year, otherwise they go away thing. And now what are they doing? 20% off, 30% off on something, free shipping, especially on bus. Free shipping on bus that would cost, what? Depending on where you lived, up to $300 to ship something.
Especially nowadays with the cost of shipping being so high. And deal breaker. I don't know. I was trying to make a deal breaker. Okay, if you guys are interested on a quarter scale Mandalorian Deluxe,
Look at the
Are you
price. on it.
serious? $325?
I think that's shipped, by the way.
shipped, yeah.
Holy
That sucks because I just got a nice paycheck from WWE, and I collect quarter scale currently. So,
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say, bro?
So you're trying to say is that you got a nice check. You're looking
he's
into
nice.
quarter scales. Okay, so you're gonna get this.
Jason.
You do it.
I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
To be honest, I mean, and I'll put the link here for you guys. Like, seriously. So, like,
Wow.
in all honesty, it's a steal.
That's half
It's
off.
a steal of a
it's half
price.
off.
Yeah. That's a great deal.
Yeah, and mind you, that's not an affiliate link. I don't get any kickback. I'm just looking out for my fellow collectors, and just kind of like prove a point. Like, hey, like this is the best time to be a collector, and I know we enable, if anything, we enable each other.
Well,
but
I can totally visualize J2SO Jason sitting on the couch in his Magic Mando outfit with this quarter scale in his arms watching the TV.
Watching season 3 of Mandalorian.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Here's the deluxe version, which is like almost $200 off. So
Jeez.
Yeah, $650 retail there.
yeah, $650.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's $200. And if you don't have the money, Afterpay is an option.
That's where they get to it. I'm like, oh, $20-$30 a month Afterpay. But then every day is don't forget this Afterpay, that. I'm like, son of a.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's where they get you. Yeah. Because then next you know, you order like a bunch of like Hot Toys or statues, and you're like, and then when you're getting hit, it's like all at once, like Afterpay.
Went through that in January. Everything landed right there, and I'm like, okay, no more pre-orders. You know.
Yeah. So that is a really good deal for collectors that are looking into that deluxe Mando. That is a steal. I got mine from off the racks, and I thought I saved some money, right? But man, geez, $200 off, like, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta look into pop culture. They're a legit website. They do ship to the U.S. Guys, we're no way in hell affiliated with them. So, definitely check them out. They got some really good sales, and I think some other Hot Toys are on sale there. But yeah, now's the time to be try to pick these up for a good deal. And to be honest, that's what I'm basically trying to do. I think I told you guys I don't know, a month or two ago, I went to my local Disney store outlet, and dude, I got some amazing stuff for $20. I got this Padme headdress statue or whatever it is, and
I've seen
I paid maybe $15. Yeah, I paid $15.
Dude, I've seen people get that.
And
they're what, $55 or $60 or something?
Yeah, 50. Yeah, 50.
Oh,
and
dude,
I'm just
$15 is
man,
great display. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, do I need it? Yeah, sure. I mean,
is it on sale? Is it on sale?
Is it on sale?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So, hey, you know what? I told Sean a while ago. By the way, I forgot to introduce Sean. This guy needs no introduction, so I apologize.
It's just me.
Just Sean. No, but
there's a reason why he goes by Sean Solo. Okay.
Yeah. So you don't butcher my last name.
But I
always think when I think of that, when you said that, sorry, PJ, is the scene out of Fish Called Wanda. You remember where he's like the cock tower? You know that whole thing. He's got the French fries in his nose and all that. Yeah, that's what I think of. Sorry.
Yeah, dude. No, I love Fish Called Wanda, actually, to be honest. So, I used to watch that as a kid.
And there's a comment here I wanted to address. ATV Racer says, Scott, which webcam do you use? Do you look too pretty? Why, thank you. It's a Sony A6600 is what's sitting there with a Sigma 16 prime lens on it. But I'm actually using a little bit of a digital zoom, otherwise you'd see everything. And then just the lighting and stuff that I have.
It's beautiful.
Well, and I don't think these are on. No, these are all off, yeah. So, because I got a switcher. Otherwise, you'd see overhead and things. So.
Wow. Well, I was going to say, I can do you one less. I got the A6500.
Still a great camera, yeah.
But I also, I got the Sigma also, the 16.
Mm-hmm. It's a great lens.
I love it. That's what I used to, yeah. That's why I used to shoot. It's affordable too. All right, so but yeah, now's the time to kind of jump on these deals. I'm waiting for New York Comic Con. Hopefully they got some sales there. If not, Spooktacular is.
That's right. It's coming around the corner, isn't it?
It's coming around the corner. I think that's where that's their Christmas. That's Sideshow's Christmas, where they give all these free. Well, I don't know. I haven't been really jumping on the points, right?
No, it's like that 1 year or 2 years ago. It was crazy, right? And then I missed the other one, and I was just kind of I think I've already kind of pre-ordered what I want. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that because of the time. I just don't have the time like I did before. I mean, how do you guys feel? Do you feel you're more busy now than you were a year ago?
Yeah. I mean, at least I am. Yeah. I'm super busy. I don't know what it is. Maybe post-COVID, everything is just You know, like I don't know. During COVID, I guess like everyone had like a lot of free
a little
time.
bit of time. Yeah, and then all of a sudden now it's get back out there, do this, go to the office, whatever.
Give us more money. Give us more money.
Right.
You know?
And you're like, I was doing fine before. Why do you need me doing this? You know.
Yeah,
because I'm starting to travel a lot more, and it's like it's kind of weird. It's really weird.
I feel like they're trying to make up for lost money and time. So,
but they didn't lose anything. In fact, we did great. You know what I mean?
So great during that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I miss those days where I could just less craziness, right?
You're like, no, the days, no pants. Yes. There we
yes.
go.
Dude, it was great. I didn't work for like 6 months during COVID. It was beautiful.
Wow.
I was going to Burger Mondays and like sleeping until 11. It was great. It was.
Oh, jeez.
2020 was probably one of the best years I've had in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Well, for me, the first year, to be honest, a lot of it was panic because of not knowing what was going on. Everybody's all of a sudden at home, and you're doing this thing, and you're like, "Oh crap! Am I going to have a job? Are they still going to need me? Or are they going to say, oh, we need to let everybody wait?" And we turned it into an online thing, and streaming really kicked up. You know, that's when we started seeing or really having followings with certain YouTube channels was in that time because everybody's looking for something to do.
Yeah, and it's crazy too is that like, you know, a lot of people realize and a lot of companies realize that the job that you're doing, you could do it at home.
Yes.
I wish it was my job, but
I wish I could do that. I would do that in a
Me
heartbeat.
too, man.
Unless I just stick strictly to graphic design, then I can just sit at home and do it.
My designers just
Fortunately, I'm
stay at
not.
home, and I have to go in every day. I'm like, son of a.
yeah, I'm more of a homebody. Like if I could like on a Saturday just stay home all day without doing anything, like just put some Star Wars movies on, you know, dust my statues or something. I don't know.
That's my statue.
Well, once the kids are all out of the house, then you could do it.
I know, right?
Right.
So yeah, I got those guys too, the kids. I suggest the chat real quick. We got Jose Pies in the house. Jose, 6 p.m. Man, you are not playing around. Lane Kramer.
What's up, Lane? Long time.
I know, Lane. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live stream. We got Chris Lord in the house. We got Joel. Hey guys, always seem to miss you, but not tonight. Joel, thank you for hopping on. We got Scott Sharp. Scott.
What's up, Scotty? That's my boy down in St. Pete.
Nice.
Yeah. We got Andy Standerfer. Andy says, "I love my Emperor. Has so much presence in the room."
Nice.
We got Benjamin Bowman. What's up, Ben?
What's up, Ben?
Benjamin.
ATV Racer. Who else is here? We got
Flex.
Mr. Flex. Flex.
Flex.
Time to have you know what? What's going on? And I think that's it. All right, cool. Thank you for tuning in. Again, just to kind of like, it's just one of those things, right? Like the point is that like whatever it is, if you're interested in picking up the collector, just pick it up. Don't listen to anyone. A lot of people have different opinions. It may not, line up with yours, but just
Well, that's the whole point. If you love it, get it. You know, it doesn't matter. Like I grabbed the 3 lightsaber toothbrushes. That sounds stupid, but I had to have them.
I want a lightsaber toothbrush, to be honest.
It makes sound and it lights up. And I'm like, I have to have that.
Oh, dude, where'd you get it?
I don't know. I think we found them on Macari, and then Amazon had a couple of them. They weren't horribly expensive. But yeah, there's an Obi-Wan, there's a Vader, and then there's a Luke. Or a Rey, as they call it. But it's more the Luke Graflex. Right? Rey. So, Rey. Yeah, whatever. But no, I mean, little things like that too, doing 1-to-1 scales or expensive helmets or whatever, or hot toys, I'm all over the place with some of that stuff.
Yeah,
but I enjoy it.
There's like 500 people in the world that have a life-size Jar Jar in their collection. So think about that.
My God. 500 people.
No, listen. I'd love to have envious.
I'd put my coat on him and stuff.
Put your coat on him.
Yeah, I'd cover his ears. I would too. I'd cover his head.
No way, man. Give me a life-size Jar Jar all day long. Actually, by the way, shout out to Nilda. Nilda sent me. I should have wore that T-shirt, but I'm gonna wear it the next time, next live stream. But she sent me a Jar Jar T-shirt, and
that's
mind
awesome.
you,
oh yeah,
that T-shirt of Jar Jar is like the face is basically taking up my whole torso. It's just like. So like I put it on, I'm like wearing it to bed, whatever.
I can't do this anymore. I'm done.
What are you saying?
How
I don't like Jar Jar. It's too funny.
And just so everybody knows, this force ball is from Sean Solo. He made this for me.
Oh, he did? Oh, that's awesome.
That's actually my Trooper Trent. That's a picture of my Trooper Trent remote.
It looks bad. I love the blue around it, right?
Yeah.
Kind of give it. Yeah, it looks badass, dude. Thank you.
But yeah, no, like so I put it on and like, heading, going to bed, and my wife is like, "What on earth are you wearing?"
And that's when you say, miso.
Miso,
miso, miso back,
miso horny.
But it's funny because like it's like this big huge picture of Jar Jar on my T-shirt, and I'm like going to bed. It's just like not very sexy, I guess you could say. So she's like, "What the hell is that?" Anyway, but yeah, shout out to Nilda for giving me that T-shirt. It is amazing, and I will wear it everywhere. So,
yes, Benjamin's correct, but I created the catchphrase "force ball." You did, Ben. You did.
All right, so really quick, let's talk about some Star Wars bounty pickups. We'll start off with J2SO, man.
What are you laughing about? What is so funny?
I made myself laugh at that Jar Jar. He's so horny. Because I can visualize PJ coming into the bedroom just with the shirt on, nothing else, and going, "Me so horny."
How
sorry,
you guys laugh, but
no, because I know it's going to happen.
One of these days, you guys will be on the Jar Jar train.
Oh,
Jar Jar
I'm already on it. I love that.
Yeah, exactly. See, J2SO. That's why I'm so happy that you're on the show. All right, so Jason, any recent Star Wars bounty pickups for you?
I'm getting some Vestas for all of my crap.
Nice.
Tampa's always sold out. Tampa and Orlando are always sold out, so they finally stocked stuff. And I spent all day yesterday. This whole wall is all rearranged, and I was sweating. And
did you get the doors and the forum? Did you get the doors ago?
Oh, dude, the doors cost almost more than the damn.
Yeah, the doors is not even worth it, to be honest.
I'm getting them, but
that looks good, man.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean, it's like. It still displays great without the doors, right? So,
oh no,
yeah,
of course.
Absolutely, dude. Yeah. You don't put the doors, man.
I'm
Seriously.
putting the doors on.
I mean, you know what it is?
Do you want the doors for dust, or do you want the doors for the look?
Dust and the cat.
So if it's dust, you can do simple things like go get some plexi, 1/8 inch core. I mean, Maja cases are like 1/8 inch, and all they've done is put magnetic tape behind them to go on a metal frame. That's really all they've done. You peel the whole thing off. You could do that with Velcro. You could do it with that, if that's all you want. And then just do like a nice like little black border around it if you wanted to,
Yeah, because I'm actually picking up. I'm picking those up next month up in Charlotte, because there's a big amusement park up in Charlotte, North Carolina, and they do a thing called Scarowinds. It's kind of like Disney, where they convert the whole park into Halloween.
Right.
So my daughter's 16th birthday, so that's where we're taking her and her friend, and we're going to spend the whole weekend there. So right before we go to the park, because you can't get until like 7 at night. So I'm like, we're going to IKEA. It's like 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick up probably like 3 Vestas and some shelving and stuff. So I'm only going to have 3. So I'm probably going to pick up the doors because it won't kill the wallet too much.
That's the thing, is at that point I'll need to buy like 10 to 12 doors, and at $40 a pop, I'm like, I don't need the doors that bad.
Right.
Yeah.
It's okay.
And it looks great without the doors.
It does either way. Yeah.
I mean,
the dust.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that the doors definitely add depends on your preference and how you want your display to look, but it definitely just keeps out the dust. But if you could dust it like once a month, I think you should be okay. So, all right. Besides the Vestas, any other Star Wars bounty pickups?
That's it for me right now. But now I got that money I've been waiting like 2 months for, so it's going to be a dangerous week.
Oh, it's going to be a bloodbath.
I need to know, is it already spent?
Not yet. I could spend it all in one go if I wanted to right now, but I'm trying to figure out what to do with it.
Whatever the amount is, did you tell your fiance what the total amount was, or did you subtract? Because you should always subtract.
I told her a quarter of what it really was. So.
Yeah, you just tell her, damn taxes.
That's my boy.
They killed me on taxes.
Oh, what's the best way to just say you went to the strip club? That's it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's gonna work.
She's like, yeah, you okay?
Why would you? What's all this for? What's all these OnlyFans that charges that you?
Yeah, me in a strip club. Fink. Okay, I'm done. Let's go.
Yeah, me at the
way
comic
out.
shop.
One.
Me and the OnlyFans. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, do you guys take quarters?
Jeez.
Oh my gosh, dude.
I can't remember the last time I've actually had cash on me. Now that you bring that up, that makes me start
Yeah,
thinking,
actually, to be honest, I've been using my Apple Pay or Google Pay a lot, so I don't even
Well,
carry.
as soon as I got the Magic Card, I call it the Magic Card. They've been out for a while. The ones where you can tap.
Yeah.
That's like both of us, my wife and I guess because we're old, we're like, look at this. It's
Done.
so cool.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, well, I do that, Scott, but I do it with a phone now. Like that's why I don't even.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, boop boop boop.
Well, you just get a watch, and then you can do it with the watch.
Yeah, to be
Then
honest,
it's
I
even
think
cooler.
that's like where it's heading now, right? Like I think everything's gonna be in like the cell phone. Go 0 to 6, from a 6 to a 10, depending on if you.
Hey,
my
if
goodness,
I can
dude.
go from a 6 to a 10, yeah, shave my whole body.
And
Right?
this episode was sponsored by Manscaped 4.0.
It's gasoline. I squish it between your toes.
Yeah.
So all right, well, congratulations, Jason, and I can't wait to hear like your next round of pickups when we have you on the show. So
J2SO, remind me at the end of the show about what you can do and who you could probably help that you're not even thinking of. I know I hate to be cryptic like that, but I thought of it last night. So I don't know. Did Joseph call you?
Oh, I did hear about this, but no.
Okay, so if Joseph called you or whatever, you'll know what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
because of your skills, you might be able to help somebody out who's building a restaurant. Anyways, go on.
what's all this? What's all this cryptic talk?
Maybe a trip
I know.
to
I'm
Texas.
sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah.
All right, so let's go to Scott. Scott, any
Yes.
recent Star Wars bounty?
Nothing. No. Yes, actually, yes. But the funny thing is, you were talking about the best does. So
That's what you're asking.
Sean Stewart Stone gave us a DTOF, which I knew I would. Anything that is given to me, it never winds up mine. It goes to my wife somehow. Evan sent a couple helmets. She claimed them before I even had a chance. He sent a Spice Runners Lounge glass. I'm like, this is nice. It's hers. It's gone. So the DTOF was for us anyways, but she's taken it, which is good. And then we kind of set it up on Saturday. She was off on Saturday, so we started moving her whole room around and doing stuff. And it's like, yeah. And then we started thinking about it. It's like, yeah, I probably should get some more DTOFs. Those things are $100 now.
Yeah. From 60 to 100 in a year.
Inflation is a.
So, anyways, she ordered 2 of them, and they showed up today at noon. So I've got to put those things together and get that, and I've got a bunch of stuff I got to take. I got to take a mirror off the wall. I got to do all this other stuff.
Oh, geez,
So
Louise.
She's getting excited because she's finally getting more space because her collection is growing really, really fast with that kind of stuff. Whereas I'm kind of backing off and looking at bigger things that I want to get. But she's got the Mace Windu, the BMF, that should be coming soon.
Nice.
Just the hilt.
Warband.
Nice.
Just the hilt. I got the. I don't feel like taking them out, but this huge box, which I don't know if you guys can figure out which one that is.
Is that Boba on Throne?
Boba on Throne.
Nice.
Wow, that's crazy that everyone's been getting their stuff.
I know.
I
I
heard
canceled that.
No,
canceled it?
Can I say from a collector and YouTuber standpoint, I am so happy that collectors are getting their Hot Toys before, at least in the U.S., before everyone else.
Finally.
Well, that might have been a
love
negotiation thing, but because the whole Toys Wonderland and Hong Kong and all this other crap. But the thing is, it's interesting, and I don't like this policy because in the past, it would be like, so-and-so is billing soon, make whatever changes, blah, blah, blah. You make the changes. It bills on that Monday, Tuesday, or whatever. The thing goes out the next day or at least the following day, and you got it. It's done. This time it's billing on the 13th, make whatever changes, or no, it was like the 3rd or something like that. It took 20 days for the thing to ship.
Dang.
And it's like, not cool. Not cool. You know?
The bubble in the throne?
Yeah, if you don't have it in stock or you're not ready to ship, then wait to take the payment. Don't take the payment and then go 20 days later. Oh, we should probably ship this.
Yeah, that's wrong.
I think you know what it is too. They're probably like sifting through all the people that are ready to pay, right? Like so, like to have like the first batch, and they're like, "Sean, you ready to pay? No, cancel. Okay, next one. So, I think that's what's kind of like happening. But at the same time too, is that like you know, like they just recently showed the final production pictures on Hot Toys Facebook page.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It kind of lines up with like your like when you got it, like or
well, what's funny is I
thought
that it's like it did it, and we went through like 1 week, and I'm like, you know what? I haven't seen the sideshow YouTube video for this yet. Mm-hmm. You know where they do the quick, not necessarily the revealed or sealed or revealed, whatever it is. But the other one, I haven't seen that yet. I wonder if they're waiting on that to hit before they send this out. So late night, it was like 11:30 or something like that. Here comes the sideshow video for Boba on Throne. Guess what shows up the next day?
Shipping.
So I was wondering if they were somehow connected, that they were waiting on that, you know?
Yeah, I think so too, because you know what it is that like people hate waiting. You know, like I'm not saying, I'm not singling you out, but in terms in general, like with Hot Toys, right? That was always the thing for Hot Toys collectors. It's like. Right. Pre-order. I remember like when I first pre-ordered my first Hot Toy. I remember there was a collectible store near me, local, and I went there. I was like, "Hey, I want to pick this up." She's like, "Okay, you know, it's $20 here." Okay, so you're gonna wait about a year now, and I'm like, "What? What do you mean I can get it now?" It's like, nope.
Yeah,
you gotta wait till. Are you kidding me? This is like so dumb. Like I want it now. You know, it's why I saw it. I want it now. It's something that you're not used to, especially when you go Funko Pops or whatever. There's no such thing as pre-order. You just go there, you see it, you buy it.
It's done.
Yeah. So,
but they're doing that because they're trying to get an idea how many to make, plus whatever the excess is, and that's what they're and however long it takes. And it's amazing to me that even still, toys take almost 18 months. Back in the 70s, it took 18 months. Barbies would take 18 months from the time that they had it solidified of what they wanted to do for it to be manufactured and brought back. 18 months. Wow. We're almost in the same thing, and we're how many years later? 50 years later? You know?
But, you know, but I'm just happy that, you know, it's not like you're waiting like 6 months or 3 weeks or 3 months. Like, it's like, okay, like, you don't, it didn't give you enough time to let the FOMO kick in,
right?
Like you're like, or like, just in general, it's just the the waiting process kick in, right? Like, you pre-ordered it, you saw everyone's getting it, then next you know the final production pictures, the videos come out, and next day, boom, you have it.
Well, it makes you almost wonder. Yeah, wonder with the video thing is that if they were waiting on the videos because they realized they sent some out and they're like, oh crap, because they want to get the YouTube views before all like the Jedi Patrol and the Justins and all this other stuff that do great unboxing videos. I'm wondering if that was part of it too, is that it had to wait until they put their video out.
No, they actually didn't get Justin, and I think probably got his the same time you got it.
Yeah.
And there's some other collectors that got theirs before Justin, and putting out their reviews, which is great because for me as a content creator, I encourage other content creators. Hey, is this something you want to do? Great.
That's what does it. You see the figure and you're like, oh, it looks okay, or even you'll be like, whatever, pass. Yeah. And then they finally start shipping, and so Justin does it, or Jetta, or you, or Sean, or whoever does a quick unboxing of it, and you're like, wow, I need to have that now.
Yeah, exactly.
Everything changes,
Yeah, but now I encourage the smaller YouTube channels to do it because now I'd rather watch them because it's an honest review. Like you could see like a collector's reaction, like, oh my gosh. That's when you know I gotta get it.
I gotta have it.
Right?
Yeah.
Like if Scott or Jason, if you or Sean, if you guys do your own channel, which I think Sean has his own, but if you guys come on and I see the look in your face and how excited and happy you are, I'm gonna like value your opinion because it's
true. It's genuine. Well, yeah. When you did the Biker Scout bust and when you did the Chewie bust, you could tell.
Oh, you're in
how
awe.
excited you were.
You were like a child. It was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. Hell, when I bought it, I was like a kid. I was like, "Oh my god, I can't believe I'm."
Yeah.
I love seeing that more than not like it. I love seeing like Tom review his products, right? And
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"This is what we have, but it's like here's what we got behind the door, and and he's telling the detail. But I want to see what I would see of. Holy crap, that's Chewbacca, and you just had like the head, and you're like, this is him, and then you just had the shoulders, and you're like, oh my god, like, and you're excited that. I was like.
I didn't even have the plastic off his head, and I'm like, "Oh my god,
right?
this thing's amazing."
Yeah,
I love to see.
I was like talking besides Sean, take off the plastic.
Yeah, take it off this way. But no joke, like video and pictures, they don't do it justice. It's here beside me, and it's unbelievable. You saw Sean Stone's, right, Scott?
Yes.
So
it's
it's
and you get to
amazing.
see how big it really is because that's another thing that gets lost. Whether if it's showing a statue or something. I mean, we all know how big a Hot Toys figure is. If you have one, you understand. But before you got one, if you watch videos on it, it doesn't hit you until you're actually physically holding it or going, oh my gosh, this thing's amazing, right? But you don't know scale on some of this stuff. People will be like, oh, here's my hand. I put my hand up there. And you're like, oh, okay, that gives me a little bit of an idea. But you don't realize it until you're standing in front of it. And that Chewie bust is freaking big. And it's wow. Yeah, it's wow. I mean, they do the same game in porn, right? They find chicks with little hands, try and give you that scale.
Okay. Before we get
and there goes the trap.
Before we get taken down this, but when I first started doing YouTube and I was doing started doing some statue reviews, like I mean, I was enjoying it too, man. Like just because like like you're like the way you convey to the camera like how you feeling at that very moment is so special. That's why like sometimes like I watch other reviewers too, like not the big ones but the smaller channels, just because when they open it, it's like the genuine look on their face. It's like nothing could it's just like, oh right, like
well, it's not something you can go back and go, oh, I was really excited, I'll pretend I'm really excited again. You can't do it.
No.
It's a one-shot deal, and then it's done.
Yeah. And then there was this other YouTuber I was like friends with. He doesn't do it anymore, but I used to smell, like right in front of the camera, I used to smell like
smell Hot Toys.
Yeah, well, the Hot Toys in the statue. I'm like,
oh, yeah.
So he started doing it, and like kind of like, having fun with it too. But
we've all done it right from the beginning. I don't know why. Man. You're like, oh man, it smells.
There's
so
something
good.
about it. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now, though. I love the smell of a new statue smell over a Hot Toy smell. I don't know what it is. It might be just the cancerous. Like,
well, you hear that in my house every once in a while. My wife would be like, "Why are you smelling it?" I mean, like, helmet, whatever it is. You always have to check things.
Yeah, but anyway, well, congratulations. Any other Star Wars bounty pickups, Scott?
No, I got a little tiny lightsaber that was a flashlight that I had to have. Little things like that you come across. I'm trying to think. I got two things for our anniversary for my wife. I got the Ahsoka. It's the Shop Disney Ahsoka. Yeah, when he says that, I saw that ATV Racer. Just so you know, years ago, I was in a Denny's and he was in there. And we knew who he was. That was kind of funny. Anyways,
I didn't know. I don't know who. I'm
Peter, you're talking an 80s.
I know. I don't know what. Hey, listen.
You knew not to order the sausage.
I don't know anything. Yes. I'm just an innocent
and way too tanned, very leathery, and all that other stuff. Anyways, focus. So it's a Shop Disney Ahsoka, who actually has double jointed elbows and
it's that. I saw that.
Right. And it looks really good. That, and then I found her because she's really big on the Cantina band. She really, loves Cantina band. So we went to a Target a while back, and she got the friggin' Dan Black Series. And then she ordered like two more on Amazon, so because he comes with like 3 or 4 different instruments. So she's like, I can start create the band. I got her the last one on Shop Disney. Yeah, I got her the last one on Shop Disney, which is he comes with the drum and the part that straps on the chest or whatever. It's almost like an accordion kind of a thing.
This is for your wife, right?
Yeah, that's what I got her.
Okay.
She loves it. Absolutely loves it.
I bought one for myself. Oh, never mind.
I love that Ahsoka, man.
Yeah.
Well,
She's
guess
not
what?
bad.
I'm dressing up as this for Halloween, guys.
There you go.
Ahsoka mask.
Oh, nice.
Actually, they
your
do
face
sell
orange
the Lecu.
Yeah.
What did you call it? Like I'm trying. Like, how you spell Lecu?
Oh, I don't even know how
I don't know.
I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Liku?
What is it?
the Lecu, the ears, the
The headdress thing.
the headdress. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
No
But anyway,
idea.
Anyway, long story short, Shop Disney has a lot of cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you'd be surprised what you've come across there. So
Well, you get the free shipping. I mean, I got the Boba Fett Black Series repaint helmet, which I actually really like for $80.
oh
$80.
my goodness gracious!
Free shipping. You know,
Nice.
it was just waiting for one of their deals to come through.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's well worth $80. It looks great.
Well, I'm saving all my money for Black Friday because usually they have 20% off plus free shipping.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just kind of like adding stuff to the cart and everything, and just once it's here, checking right out, baby. So and it's dangerous. I mean, I'm just gonna share the screen. It is very dangerous to shop at Disney store. Like, look at all these really cool things. You got this half zip jacket.
Oh, yeah.
This is for the Ahsoka. You got Obi-Wan Kenobi and Vader print. I mean, it basically has everything. You got some Ralph McQuarrie concept art sweaters, and
They have a cool Jawa pin I saw earlier today, actually.
a messenger bag. Oh, what the heck? Okay.
Oh, I'm wearing. I've got my Boba Fett sweats on right now that we got from Shop Disney. Another place that's bad is Toy NK. I don't know if you've ever been there. Yeah, they got a bunch of crap.
Yeah,
that you're like, okay, I want that.
Yeah, me too. Look at this. I'm like, I want this backpack. I want oh my gosh, look, Ewok pen holder.
Cool, man.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, look at this.
Okay.
Do I need
That's
this?
for work, man.
Little
Yes.
pen.
Sick.
Yes.
Oh my god, look at that, dude.
That's cool.
Yeah, you never know what just pops in there, right? They add something.
Dude,
You're like, holy crap!
Yeah, I actually got some Quirksicle mugs and stuff. I got a Star Wars one, a Stormtrooper one.
Oh, dude, I saw a new Moby Fox Vader band for the watch today that I sent it to my wife. I'm like, I need this. I totally need this. Oh, and we have the Millennium Falcon AT-AT TIE Fighter sheets. The bed. The bed
I
thing.
want this one, the Dark Side Collection.
That's cool.
I'm trying to convince my wife, can we please get this? Please, 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 please. And it comes in King. Oh, snap. Oh, look at
Yeah,
that.
you
guys.
just tell her
Oh,
you
my-
never ever will wear that Jar Jar shirt again to bed. And you should be fine.
Oh, no. Well, in that case.
Only
then I
wear
guess-
the Jar Jar.
yeah.
Yeah.
Next, it will be like,
Comes out.
are you? Do you want to turn to the dark side, baby? That would be the next one, right?
Yeah, but I'm just saying, it's just how cool is that, man? There's my gosh, there's so many cool stuff. There's all right. So if you celebrate Halloween, there's this Grogu Halloween light up doormat.
So cute.
I mean, there's so Grogu. I mean, I don't know about this. I wouldn't rock. Well, it's for kids, thank goodness. But But
Well,
I'm just saying,
here's the
shot
problem, right?
glasses.
You either try to spend nothing because you're saving for something that's expensive, right?
Mhm.
Or you find yourself going, oh, I can afford $20. I can afford $50. I can do $89, $100, whatever. It's like $100 is almost a new 20, even though you haven't made any more money. You justify it in your head. Sometimes you're like, it's $100.
But it adds up.
Yeah.
Bingo. It adds up. Next thing you know, you're like, I can't get what I want,
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
This one I'm gonna wear, guys.
There you
I'm
go.
buying it.
That, the Jar Jar shirt, and that's it.
Oh, forget it.
No.
God,
Game over, man.
Pants, please. Pants, please.
No pants. Game
fans.
over.
Sounds fun.
Game over.
But I'm just saying, isn't this so just? I mean, like I said, it's great. Oh wow, look at this one.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Twilight
That's cool.
headpiece.
Well, it's like we wanted to get the Emperor's robe set that is long gone. I mean, it came out right at the beginning of the pandemic, disappeared, and then of course my wife's like, I want to do a life-size Emperor, and we can't find it anywhere except on eBay for $400.
That was the one I sent you. That link.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, look at this,
It's
guys.
still sitting there.
Is it?
$400. Yep.
Star Wars Saber Trainer Tunic.
Sorry,
Oh my
They're putting a
gosh.
bunch of the Star Cruiser stuff on.
That's what I. Yeah.
website, huh?
That's what it
No,
looks
because
like.
no one's going to Star.
Yeah.
Oh, they're selling here.
Yeah.
Wonder why? Because no
can't
one
afford-
can afford to go
Yeah, you
there.
spend
Exactly,
$6,000,
right?
You want to give us $100 more for an outfit? No, I just gave you $6,000.
Yeah.
Give me like a
Right.
full week's outfit. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
better have a suitcase full.
Man,
Oh,
every
you-
time I see that Boba Fett jetpack, I'm like, damn it, the kids. I keep thinking like at first like they did an
I
adult
know.
size.
Like, oh, I want that. Oh, it's for kids.
Yeah.
Jason Corbanth has it painted for like $375.
Dude, that would be. I mean, Boba's jetpack would be such a cool piece on the wall somewhere.
I
Exactly.
know.
And it would be life size
Yeah.
instead of kid size, right?
Yeah.
Because I thought of that too. I was going to get one, and then I realized that the missile, because it fires, is really, really thin, rubbery, and then you're like, it's not going to last long. It's going to
Yeah.
deteriorate,
Honestly,
Yeah.
I'd probably honestly get Django's before Boba's, but that's just me. I love Django's. So.
I love Django too.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta stop looking at this thing. Oh my goodness, I'm going in like our deep rabbit hole while we're on live stream. I'm like, man, I want that. I want that. I want that.
I know, right?
All right,
But-
Scott. Any other-
Nothing's better than when you get really, really excited about something. When you finally see something, you're like, oh, crap, I have to have that.
Oh,
That
yeah,
is
the
like one of the
Ewok
great
pen.
feelings. Yeah.
That Ewok pen, $25. Consider me
Sold.
Sold.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Scott.
Any other
congratulations.
pickups?
Yeah. Any other pickups, or there's more?
I got a Boba Fett. Of course, I left it over there. I've got the Boba Fett starship from Bandai that I need to
Oh,
put
nice.
together. But
Like-
I did recently get a new shirt. Not this one, but it was the Slave One, and it says Slave One on it. And I
Nice.
kept walking around the house showing my wife. I'm like, it
Really?
says Slave One. Slave One. Got it from Amazon. I thought it was killer. But it's like a schematic one where it shows it,
Well,
this way.
hold
Oh,
on to
really?
that.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to
It's
send
on
me the link
Amazon.
for that.
Yeah.
Shoot
Slave
me the
One.
link for that, Scott.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold
I'll see if
on
I
to
can
that
find it.
because that's gonna be
Yeah.
worth a lot.
Add to
Yeah,
cart.
right? Love
Like-
it.
Yeah.
Buy 2 of them, add to cart.
Love it.
Yeah.
But the DTOFs, I've just been focusing on right now probably getting her collection area. I mean, that's the beauty. She's Star Wars fanatic. So
Oh,
the whole house
that's
is
great.
Star Wars. Yeah.
I love it. I'm all for it, dude. Like, get
But
some
I-
posters, get some microwaves, whatever it is.
I think I really want a bust is what I want. Like an RS bus or something like that.
Yeah.
Saving up for that and trying to figure that out. I think that's where I'm headed.
Scout Trooper's nice.
Scout Trooper's awesome. I also like the Snow Trooper
I want a
because
Snow
nobody has the
Trooper.
snowy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the Chewbacca.
No. No, if somebody wants to buy one of my kidneys, they're for sale. It's for sale. And we could do it, But no, that's about it.
All right, cool. Well, congratulations, Scott
Thank you.
and Jason. Let's go to Sean. Any Star Wars bounty pickups?
I actually did get one thing. I got a new lightsaber stand. I don't know. You guys can't see them, but probably in the other angle. I've got those Quest Design Canada stands.
Oh,
Wow.
Those-
Dude, that's dope.
Does that one light up?
They all do, yeah. Let's see.
Dude, those are
Oh
awesome.
my
What
God.
are those?
I
What do
need
those
one.
run? What do those run? They're like
Send me
100,
the link
100.
later, Sean.
Yeah, $100, like $115 or something.
Dude, that's sick.
beautiful.
Can you imagine putting Darth Vader's hilt on that?
Yeah. So now he custom makes these. So this is the single tier. This is actually going to be for Luke's Graflex saber.
Yes.
So what happened? Me and my wife were talking because I don't have anything Star Wars out of this room. So then she's like, "Oh yeah," and we had moved like a sound bar out of our entertainment system. I was like, "Man, it looked good. There's a lightsaber." She's like, "Yeah, you could do that." I was like, "Okay." So I ordered this in black to kind of put it in there, and I'm going to put the Graflex saber on it. But
Nice.
he custom makes these, and I mean, I've got the 2-tier one. Like you can get them 2-tiered, you can get them 3-tiered. He actually makes these for blasters, so you can get one for DL44, And
Dude, I love the fact that
solid metal, aluminum, like it's done right. The dude's
That's
super
beautiful,
fast,
dude.
super fast shipping.
I may need that link because I'm trying to figure out what to do with mine, and it's like Janine now has Princess Leia's and she's got Mace Windu's coming.
Nice.
And it's like,
so,
something like that takes the display to a whole nother level.
let me see if I can tilt this camera up a little bit. Can you see those sabers up there? Like a little bit of light.
let me
Yeah.
Okay, so you see the Vader one? That's the Kyber crystals from Disney that I put on top of it, so it almost looks like it's glowing when you walk up to it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then I've got a blue Kyber crystal on Obi-Wan's and Luke's. Right. So the way I have it set up is like I've got Palpatine's and Vader's, and then Luke's and Obi-Wan's. So it's basically like master and apprentice, and apprentice. And then I have Episode 1 Kenobi and Qui-Gon's hilts over here on this one. So that's kind of my thing.
Nice.
And I don't get crazy with hilts. I think I'm done, except for I do want Return of the Jedi Luke's, just because it's classic. So
I got that one.
I don't even have a place for it, but if I do buy another hilt, that'll be it.
I need like a New Hope Vader.
Yeah,
I think is the next one I'll go after. I got the Disney one, which is more Rogue One-y.
Yeah.
I don't know, ESB, because the grips are longer, and it's fine. But yeah, I'd like to get at least that one because that DV6 I got, which is Return, is beautiful for Vader, and then I also got the Return of the Jedi one.
Nice.
The stencil one, which is awesome.
Yeah, I've got this Kylo Ren one right here that I actually got it on a good deal on eBay. Is the reason I bought it.
I loved it. I love Kylo's.
Right,
I love Kylo Ren. I love his saber.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do with that display because I thought about selling that figure, and then I was like, well, it kind of looks cool in that display.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, because I tried to get rid of most of my sequel figures, but I actually really enjoy. I liked Force Awakens, so I enjoy that Rey and then that Kylo down there.
Rey.
That's why I was like, I can sell that one, but he looks good in that display.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Kylo is like, my favorite Star Wars character in the sequel trilogy. I think he was the only character that was consistent throughout the whole trilogy.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things, like his character development was consistent. Rey was all over the place. I don't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah. Kylo was just creepy.
Yeah. Rey was so confused she called herself a Skywalker.
Right? Yeah, she was confused. I'm like
I don't have a clue. Give me another hit.
I remember there was speculation she might be Obi-Wan's daughter in Force Awakens because remember Obi-Wan was like, Rey, it's your first steps or something like that.
Yeah.
And we're like,
and whose granddaughter does she turn out to be?
I know, right?
Freaking Palpatine. They pulled that out of their ass.
Could you see Palps rolling up in a nightclub picking up some chick? That shit ain't happening.
Well, I have a feeling this is why all these like Mandalorian shows, all these Bad Batches and stuff is they're trying to like maybe fix the sequels.
I think so.
It's just like I don't know if you guys noticed, like in Bad Batch, there's like some of the cloners there. There's cloners in the Mandalorian in the trailer. So I'm like,
I think they'll attempt to fix it, right? They're not dumb. They know, like, okay, they got a lot of harshness from that. So now I think Filoni and Favreau are like, all right, let's start building our good stuff into the disputed stuff, right? So then it's like, all right, that was annoying, but it kind of makes sense with Mando season 4, so I'll let it slide. And then 5 years old.
We got band-aids on everything.
Yeah, they're trying to like, it's like a sinking ship with all the holes in the ship and water. And they're like putting like, they're trying to patch it up, but I don't know how. Like it's really hard. It's gonna be hard to patch it up because at the end of the day, you still have to watch the sequels,
right?
And the sequels speaks for itself. Like it's very disjointed, very.
Well, it's interesting. There's certain movies, and it could be anything. It doesn't have to be Star Wars. For me, it was definitely Star Wars, the original trilogy. I'll never let go of those. Those I hold like this. Everything else to me is either good, okay, or bad, as a movie goes, all the way around. Like love Back to the Future. Back to the Future is great, but not to a point where I want to go collect all Back to the Future or anything like it. I love it. Like, I love a DeLorean or this, but not that important. But Star Wars, yeah. Star Wars is like, no, this is my home. I mean, I watched the original one last night, uncut, so it doesn't have the special features. I watched that one last night.
Nice.
Again. And it's just, I still enjoy it. I don't know how many thousands of times I've seen it.
I enjoy it too.
I still enjoy it, you know?
You know, it's just, it's a masterpiece. And, you know, seeing what they had to go through to make those movies is just like very, you know, it's not like, okay, here's the money and here's their budget. Like, go at it, you know?
Oh, no.
And
Struggle.
It's
struggle,
like, they
not accepted.
struggled.
Yeah.
You know, there were, you know, just a lot of like, you know, stuff that like held them back, and there's a lot of delays. And so, yeah, with that being said, I you know, the prequels, the one thing with the prequels is that, okay, it may not be the best writing, you know, cinematography, the screenplay writing may not be all there, but it's just one fluid story. It's consistent.
Yeah.
You know, the beauty about sequels is that you got all these amazing directors coming in and giving their take on Star Wars, but there's no cohesiveness in the story. It's just like, here.
It's all over the place.
They need Abrams to sit down, write all three with Disney, right? Instead, Abrams goes, "I'll do the first one," and then they went to who we don't name, and then
Willie Johnson.
Yeah. And the thing that sucks too about Ryan Johnson is then I boycotted Knives Out because I was like, screw that guy.
I'm still boycotting him.
Knives Out was such a good movie. And I was like, why couldn't you make a good movie with less chat? Like, whatever.
The disconnect.
Like
the wrong people writing or directing that didn't grow up or live the Star Wars thing.
Yeah, they don't understand the Star Wars essence, right? You know, I think Andor,
then Han Solo will be wielding his lightsaber, and you're like, no, they can't do that. But that's how they think, right? They think, you could. No. There's certain things that have to stay in this box.
Well, first of all, I love the avatar or the picture that he's using, and back deliveries, dude.
What's up, Jason?
Oh my gosh!
I do.
Like
I have
an Uber company,
I have sweats on. I got
an Uber Eats company calling themselves back deliveries.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because if it wasn't for Star Wars, I would be Indiana Jones all in.
Right? I've been
Jones.
dying to watch Raiders of the Lost Ark, and I can't find it anywhere.
So good.
Really?
I want to watch that one.
Such a good, you know, and again, you know, it's just one of those things, and we'll talk about it when we talk Andor. You know, just the frustrating part is that all these resources is there. You're Disney, you have all the resources, but yet you cannot figure it out. I don't understand why. And that was the reason why I was when George Lucas, I remember that day when George was signing Star Wars to Disney, I was watching it. I'm like, oh, this is great. You know, now we're going to get, you know, really good Star Wars content because Disney has the money, you know?
Disney's always had the money.
Well, Prime has the money.
Right?
To be honest,
the thing that gets me though, like when they started releasing, I mean, I guess it started in Mandalorian. I just didn't pay attention, but all the series, even the Marvel stuff, will fluctuate in 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 52 minutes. It's a pet peeve of mine. It like drives me nuts. Just pick a time, stick to it. You know, it's almost how I feel. Instead of because that's the first thing I look at. Well, how long is this episode? Oh, it's an hour. Awesome. And you get all excited instead of seeing, it's 30 minutes. Screw this.
36 minutes.
Yeah. I forgot where we were. Are we talking about something? Sean,
you talked about Disney. They got the money.
That's the theme for tonight. We're tangents. We're going on a tangent. Sean, any other recent Star Wars bounty pickups?
No, that's it. I'm trying not to splurge too much because I'm actually trying to redo this room. So to my right, I've got a couple of Detoffs. Those are going out. I'm going to be putting up some nice Besta display shelves. Chewie's going there. The Scouts going there. And then currently I've got like some blackout curtains on this one window because I don't want any light coming in here, and it just does not go with this room because I've got the R2 ceiling fan, I've got the Death Star wall closet, and this curtain just does not work. So I'm actually going to build like almost like a shadow box type thing, and I'm going to hang it and cover the window up, but it's going to be like a Death Star wall, and then I'm probably going to get some control panels from Props and Villainy.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna get them where they light up and kind of put it on there, because eventually my next bigger purchase is probably going to be the Regal Robot Emperor's chair. So so it's the whole room's gonna flow. And like I was telling PJ last week, like I'm not spending that much money on collectibles, but I get so like pumped up to redesign the room, just because I've been looking at it for years and it looks the same, just to do this window, to redo this wall, to just like I've been psyched on that like all weekend. Like we had the Hurricane Friday, so we didn't do anything, and then Saturday I worked pretty much all day on that Wampa, the 6-scale Wampa cave diorama for Joel's Wampa. So I've been working on that. It's 3/4 of the way done. And then I was done with that on Saturday, and Sunday I was like, well, I can't really do much, so I'm going to go ahead and start building this window display. So like even me talking about it's like, oh, I got to go work on it, because you just want to get it done.
Yeah. But you're also excited to work on it. It's always cool when you got direction and progress. Another one to hit up if you haven't, I'm sure you're aware of Brian Thompson, Smuggler's Room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they sell a bunch of panels and things like that are just
that's on Etsy, right?
Plexiglass, and on things Etsy. That you can get that would work good with Kelly's stuff. I think I'm looking at getting like a light. Does he the one that makes the light switch covers, like they're like a control panel light switch cover? Hold on, I'll tell you in a second. I got it in a cart. That's not Smuggler's Run. But yeah, so I'm gonna get I've got one on Etsy where it's just the light panel. So I just want it to all be just nothing. I had a little nothing domestic. I had a little light switch that said light side, dark side.
Oh, did you? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I just don't want it to be domesticated anymore in here, because I had a black rocker recliner, and then I came in and I was like, it just doesn't fit. I was like, it's got to go.
And that's one thing about collecting too, right? Star Wars collecting is that the beauty about collecting, yes, you get the figures, you get the statues, you get the collectibles and the prints and stuff, but the next phase is basically try and put everything together and making sure everything fits nicely and has a nice flow to the room.
It's always evolving.
Yes, is evolving.
Look at J2SO. I mean, his door is so badass, and then he got the Falcon back there on the wall, and then he just got his Bestas, and it didn't look like that 8 months ago.
Yeah. By the way, Jason, I'm stealing that idea. I'm gonna do the Han and Carbonite on the back of my door. Yeah,
it's like laundry room, and then I was like, can I put this on that? She's like, yeah.
But what's so cool is he took the doorknob off. So how do you open the door? Jason.
You gotta hold his hand.
Hold his hands. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Can you imagine? You're like,
hold me.
Yeah, right.
You're like, okay, I'm gonna open the.
He's always it with. I dig that. I think that's awesome.
We got Evans in the house. What's up, Evan?
What's up, Evan? Any other Star Wars bounty pickups?
That's it, man. I don't really have much on the horizon. Hopefully, I've got a few POs on a couple of statues, but that's probably hopefully it's going to be after Christmas.
I know. I'm just trying to save all my money for any sales coming up. And deal breaker. Socks. If you want socks, I'm telling you, Rock'em Sock. Well, it's called Rock'em Socks, but I love these socks. And again, no affiliation. We're not sponsored by them. Hopefully, we will in the future, maybe. Anyway, but $10, man. These socks are super sick. One thing I love about this socks too is that actually they also have the like the sports license, like the NFL, the NBA. So you could actually have like a Darth Vader socks with your favorite, okay,
you can kind of mix them.
Yeah. So like I love the Giants, but then I'm sorry.
I don't think anyone's buying Giant socks with how they're playing. But anyway,
how? Okay, pick him out. Pick him out.
See if Green Bay has 4-0 socks, maybe.
Oh my gosh, you're a Green Bay fan.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Hey,
that's
Sean,
cool,
you know what?
They got Harry Potter and everything. Wow.
Yeah, it's cool. But like I said, you can like mix and match. This is Andor. I think they have. Oh, look at this, Misha back.
That and the shirt only.
Oh my gosh, I am so sold, guys.
You might have to buy a third sock, PJ.
Oh, I'll buy
Miso sake. Yeah.
Miso warm.
Yeah.
All the
Like I said-
Jawa ones, those are cool.
Yeah, man, it's really cool
Ooh,
stuff,
those
man.
Vader socks are cool.
Yeah, $10. You can't beat it, man. And
No.
I think if you sign up for their email, they give you another 20% off. So
Nice.
Oh man, that's cool, dude. Those are like the Power of the Force.
Yeah.
Mhm,
Like the box covers.
That's sick,
Yeah.
man. That's what I grew up with. Was those buff fast figures?
yeah, I
know,
love Anakin. So there's Anakin side. Oh,
there
he's
you
got
go.
back.
I think me and PJ are just gonna buy everything Jar Jar next convention we all go to, and
Oh yeah, yo, Jason.
Oh jeez.
Yo,
you guys will be at you'll be at
One
ICC
day,
just
that's all
walking
I'm-
around in your socks.
Oh, you're
Wow,
you're
look at
going
the
to ICC?
Grievous, the Django's, dude.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
J2SO, there you go. Those look pretty cool.
those Jangos are sweet.
Actually,
yeah, I'll get those
I-
ICC. Those
Yeah.
are fun.
I love
Jason,
Jar
you're
Jar, but that face is kind of creepy.
PJ, have you bought any of these?
Yeah, dude, I have this one.
Are they
From
thin
Har-
or are they like a regular
thick.
tube sock?
They're
thick.
Yeah, they're thick. They're good quality.
I do like the Hoth socks.
Dude, the
Oh
Hawk
yeah,
Yeah,
Look at
those
the
are dope.
Tatooine. The Tatooine ones are
I
awesome.
gotta zoom in. Oh
And-
wow.
They got Christmas socks. They got they got like really really good socks. Again, if you love I'm trying to look for the team ones where they kind of pair the teams up with your favorite Star Wars character. There's so much.
Yeah, my wife will probably want a few of these.
Ewoks.
She
that
has a
Wicked,
bunch of
yeah,
socks, but
dude,
these
that
are cool.
Wicked's cool.
There you go,
Falcon's
Jason.
Cool too.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at the
man.
mall. The mall socks are dope.
Mall socks. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Seriously. They're great quality socks, man. And I'm again, we're not sponsored by them, so definitely, they have a sale right now. So $10, you can't beat it.
They
Oh,
should do.
yeah.
They should do the socks that look like Jedi boots or like Sith boots. So when
Yeah.
you pull the socks up, it looks like you're wearing the boots.
gosh, walking around like that'll be
Trademark.
Trademark, yeah.
Trademark the idea.
Grab
Yo,
that one.
Sean, you better hurry up and freaking
I'll be
trademark
right
that.
back.
I'm on it.
Guys, we'll be right back. Just kidding. All right, so all right, congratulations, Sean, on your Star Wars bounty pickups. We're still on your bounty pickups. For me, really quick, I have nothing. I haven't picked up anything, which is crazy. Right now, I'm just kind of waiting on pre-orders to come in. Obviously, the Mythos Vader. I don't know. I'm just kind of waiting for the right moment. I'm just kind of waiting for spectacular, right? To see
Right
or
up,
even
like
new
a panther getting ready to pounce.
Yeah, I'm all right, I'm saving all this money. I'm ready to kind of blow all my money away. So right now, nothing. But let's talk about some really cool collectibles before we get into some Andor talk. So let's talk about this print. What do you think, guys?
Oh yeah, I don't think I've seen this one. Who's making Darren? Cam?
It's from Sideshow. Obviously, you could get it framed, which
Ooh,
looks
it looks good framed now.
Yeah,
Yeah, that looks really good with that red.
Yeah,
I like the way they did that.
Yeah, that worked out nice.
yeah, it looks really good. And then you want the giggly,
The geekly,
the Giggly. How you say it, Sasha? The
G clay,
G clay.
like G clay, yeah.
Giggly.
G clay on canvas.
So if you want a Giggly on canvas, you could do that. But yeah, I think the last time I checked, there's only 19 left of the
Yeah.
unframed
Wow.
one. So
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
good framed. Speaking of framed, BMX Jedi got Marcel's 16x20 mall framed.
uh-huh.
Dude, it looks amazing. I need to get mine framed.
Yeah, I gotta get my
all,
frame.
all of his prints are beautiful, right? But that mall
That
red,
mall.
just
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
over Anthony's house this weekend, and it's friggin' in person. I have it. I was still in the
Yeah.
tube, so I had to go to his house and see it.
That's
But
how
no.
Evan just got the Macquarie,
Oh, look at that.
photo, and it
Speaking of the devil,
looks-
Ah,
Right, there he is.
nice
he's like-
walk in the
he's
world.
like-
The genie in the lamp. We're like, Marcel,
He's like this,
Marcel,
he's
what's
like,
up?
Marcel.
What's up, Marcel?
What's up, Marcel?
We just talk about how nice your mall print looks framed. The BMX Jedi got it framed, and it looks awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, life size Vader. I just saw that. I think they're it's $1,800 off or something like that.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, it's like $7,000 if you want to pick up
Wow.
the life size.
Oh,
Oh,
Only-
I would
Let me
love
just
to
do
pick
that
up the
right
life
now.
size. Yeah, hold on. I got $7,000. Hold on.
Yeah, hold on.
Wow.
I don't need that new roof for my house.
Yeah.
Forget that.
Yeah,
I
honey,
agree.
you're not getting a car for your 16th birthday.
Right? You're on your
Yeah.
own. Get a job.
Yeah. Seriously, go work in Burger
I'm getting
King.
a Vader.
Yeah. But yeah, no, this is great. Anyone picking this up, or am I the only one?
I'm probably gonna pass on it.
I don't have the space.
Yeah, I went
But
hard.
that's
I
the
just
problem I
feel like-
have with like the pictures and everything else. I just don't have the wall space,
Oh,
and I'd rather
have-
put a shelf up.
Yeah, honestly, like for prints, the max I like to get is like 18 by 24 prints because I have a portfolio. I keep them all in because I
nice.
don't have enough wall space.
Yeah,
Dude,
I'm
it's just I don't know what it is, man. Dude, like I'm serious. Like every other day, like tube.
Dude,
I
It's
know. I'm
easy.
just like
hard, man. Posters,
It's-
prints. I just
It's
yeah,
so
it's
easy.
hard. It's so easy. And on top of that, guys, not to enable anyone, Bottleneck Gallery is having like this, like I think some
That
really
party,
cool. Yeah, they're having some really cool stuff happening this Friday to celebrate like how many years or something like that.
10
So
years.
our
10 anniversary.
10 years, and I heard there was having some Star Wars prints up there too.
Yeah,
And, like,
man. They have they put a teaser on their Instagram, and it's a TIE fighter shooting a bright neon green beam, and I'm like, I don't know what this is a part of. I kind of want to join. Like, I think it's like $10 to join the party. It's like a
Oh, is that it?
virtual party thing, right? And you can only buy certain prints at the party. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
okay.
I get so many. Half my prints are from Bottleneck, and
yeah, me
it's
too,
all
man.
cool one-off style print for themselves, you know. And
Yeah.
I might have to check that out.
Yeah, I just love like Bottleneck Gallery. I think I see. Here it is. I found it. This looks freaking cool. I'm kind of like, I don't know if I saw green being shot out of the TIE fighter.
Well,
but-
there
That's
it is.
cool. Though. I don't even know what's. It looks like there's
That's
it's called
Vader's.
Trench Run,
That's
right?
that's the trench run. There's an X-wing.
Yeah, dude.
Yep.
Like,
That's the
but
Trench Run.
here's the thing too. Is like, oh, I don't want any more prints. I have no more room. But then they pump out this, and you're like, okay,
I
one
don't have
Well-
one with a lot of ships. Oh, I'm gonna get that one.
It's like you do what Jeff Sage did, right? He's got the digital
I love that.
things where you get the print, you do a good photograph of it or whatever, store that aside, but put it into the digital frame.
I almost did that, Scott, because remember I was telling you about the Death Star wall window covering. I was like, okay, I could build that box, but then I found like a 24 by 36 digital frame, and I was like, man, I could almost lay it out right there on that box, and then that I would have wall space for it, and then
Right.
scan all the artwork in,
Mm-hmm.
and then I kind of stepped back, and I was like, it just wouldn't flow. It's a great idea because I love it because I have all those prints that I have sitting in a portfolio that I want to display.
Right.
So
Because
I
you
have to-
own it, so you're totally entitled to take photographs
Yeah.
of it and then display it.
Yeah.
And you're like, I have that. I actually have that.
I know.
I get that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
idea.
Oh, and here's another one. Oh, of course.
Oh,
Make
geez.
one
Yeah.
of my favorite
you
freaking characters of all
You
Star Wars
see
characters
Bob
of all
to the
time.
left there? It's
Yeah, I
definitely
see
a
the
bounty
boss.
hunter
Dude,
print, man.
Dude, if it's like the freaking like the bounty hunters, like consider
Yeah, there's boss.
me.
Yeah.
Dude, and I have two
Sold.
Vance Kelly's. Vance Kelly's artwork is so good. I have a Imperial print that he did, and it has like Vader with the Emperor, and then it has each like a snowtrooper, scout trooper, a TK, a gunner pilot. You know, and dude, his work is great. So whatever, I think this is going to be a regular release. I don't.
Oh, it
think
is? I thought it was gonna.
the party. I don't think. Maybe though, it might be.
It'll go quick
That
anyway.
looks great.
Yeah,
That looks
dude.
yeah.
amazing.
Oh,
I mean, I see
I-
Boss there, probably all of the bounty hunters. So, damn it.
Yeah.
That's a good one too.
but you know, one thing with Bottleneck Galleries, you gotta set that timer for 12
Dude,
p.m. Eastern
you
time.
know it, man.
Oh, dude, I'm
They-
like,
They sell out in 2 minutes of everything. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
you got to
well,
be on it.
I have my strategy. I know what to do, but I just gotta remember because sometimes I'm busy at work. You're like, you can't do this like after like work,
Bathroom
like-
break.
Yeah. Just hold on 1 second, sir. I'll be right back. Hey, why is PJ gone for so long? Oh my god! Like you're like outside about. Oh god, damn it! I can't do it. And you're like,
Oh
what the
man, it
hell?
sounds like PJ's constipated in there.
Man, he's taking a massive dump there. What's going on? But yeah, Art Prince. Oh, I love you, but I hate you at the same time.
I know.
They could add up.
That goes with a lot of the collecting, right? Like if you wanted an NYC statue, you got to make your decision up now, and you got seconds to buy it. And it's like some of that kind of sucks because I'll like something, or you're in that position where you're like, I can't afford it right now.
Yeah.
Next week I could, or next month I might be able to, but I can't right now. And you miss out on that stuff, you know?
The good thing they give you a preview of it like a week in advance. So then you can be like, when you get the full reveal, you can go, okay, I want it or I don't. Because you know immediately when you look at it, like, oh, I got to have it, or can I live without it? And if I can, I'm not going to spend the money.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
True.
But, all right. Another thing I definitely want to talk about before we talk about some Andor stuff. So Iron Studios, actually, I found out that they have the global Star Wars license.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So that's big. Global.
And
So
expensive.
you know what that means?
Mm.
You know what that means? We're going to get a lot of quarter scale statues, guys.
I want to see that art too.
This one? Oh, it's a 110.
Oh, 1/10. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Mall, that thing.
Yeah, this one's, this one, see, before you could be like, oh, how's like Sideshow making a Darth Maul quarter scale, and then how's, Iron Studios, doing one? Well, I think it's because they actually have the Star Wars license for globally.
Wow.
So
What was
that's
the price of that mall?
Mhm.
Did they say
What's
what
up?
the price was?
this one.
Pre-order. I think the pre-order is $160.
Oh,
Yeah, that was
$160. Yeah, to pre-order. I think it's like $800.
I'll buy 7 of those. Yeah, 800 is not bad.
I'd buy like 7 of those.
You're like loaded.
Pre-order until 10/10, so you guys have some time. But I mean, good for them. Again, we've been complaining about like Star Wars not having like enough like quarter scale pieces out there. Sideshow takes quite a bit. Look at this. They're selling. I remember this was like a big hush hush to get this thing now.
Mm-hmm.
Now you could get on Iron Studios website, and it'll be shipped to you in the US.
Wow.
Right? Remember
Yeah, that was
Sean?
a pain in the butt to get. I remember. Well, they had
you got-
the swaggered one, right, where he was kind of twisted. This one looks
Yeah.
like he's more straight on.
Yeah.
So
Well, congratulations to Iron Studios. So hopefully they deliver and give us more Star Wars like statues. I mean, by the looks of it, they're really doing well with some of their pieces that they're putting out. Like, look at this mall.
That's beautiful. Wow, look at that base. Ooh, I have a fetish for bases. That's cool. Man.
he likes the base.
I do,
kind of
man.
base.
I love bases.
Yeah.
I'm all about that base.
He's all about that base.
I
Put the lotion in the
love
basket,
those
Jason.
bases. Sorry, I was sorry. Sorry, I was.
Misa like a lotion.
And,
Sorry, I was a little.
Anything sexual, PJ has to say it in Jar Jar's voice.
I was a
Yeah.
little. Yeah. Misha back. Anyway. But yeah. No. But hey, listen. Can you imagine them really diving into the Star Wars license?
Yeah.
What happens if they give us like a Cad Bane in quarter scale? Oh my gosh, guys, this is crazy.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
And now that you don't have to go through Sideshow, you could go through them. So
Hit that Ahsoka real quick, right there, bottom left.
this is the 110 scale. It's not the
But it looks pretty good. The face. Let me see.
it's all right. It's not too bad.
No. Yeah.
Oh, what the hell?
Side shows is better.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but this is 110. So
Yeah.
but the core scale Sideshow is better though. I have to say.
Yeah, I
But
think I'm
now
getting
that the collectors have like choices now. Whatever you want. You want Sideshow, core scale. You want Iron Studios.
Yeah, but it's tough because nobody does it at the same time, right?
Sorry.
To where they'll be like,
listen,
Iron Studios has
I'm
this,
telling
this
you
one
guys,
has that.
I have it by the computer because I get pretty ashy. Plus, I do reviews here.
Sure.
Listen, I do reviews here. So when I'm
I get ashy. Bullshit.
when I have
You ain't got the lie, Craig.
when I have to review like small statues, I have to make sure I'm not I have ashy hands.
There you go.
There you go. Anyway. But yeah, and speaking of Iron Studio stuff, they just released a pretty cool Vader. Let me just share some pictures here. By the way, I don't know what's going on. It's been going, like this. Our conversation.
I know.
Yep.
Guys have dirty minds. Anyway, wait, I'm getting this.
This
I don't
is
know about you
cool.
guys. This is really cool.
Yeah.
1/10.
Awesome.
1/10. Hey, listen, you can put it on
That's
your
so
computer
cool.
desk.
Yeah,
like,
it's
along
cool.
with your lotion.
Next to your lotion. Yeah.
Next to your lotion. But look, the fact that he's been getting choked out. And look at the
That's
face,
awesome.
man.
That's cool.
That's some really nice details. And dude,
He's got some nice teeth too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's got like veneers on.
Those are sweet.
Yeah, the veneers are on point.
I know. I tried to do something in this diorama over my left shoulder like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've got that
Yeah, I
Jazz
saw
Ink.
that.
I've got that Jazz Ink Tantive 4 hallway. So I did kind of like I put Rogue One Vader in there, lifting him up, choking him out.
Nice.
That's what.
Yeah, it's not there. Yeah,
No,
I think-
that's not what she said. Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, so no one's getting that.
I'm thinking about it. 1/10
Yeah,
is
I might.
yeah. The fact that it's 1/10.
Yeah, I'm getting it. I just love the diorama, like the fact
Yeah.
that he's choking out like a rebel. That's pretty damn cool. Also, speaking of Vader, this is the New York Comic Con exclusive from Regal Robot, and it's the Darth Vader Pyre helmet. And I think I'm definitely getting this one. I think it's probably going to be like around $30-$40.
Yeah, I'm thinking about getting it too.
And
Yeah,
then
it's
the other one he did is the cracked helmet, right?
Oh yeah,
The split.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Did
Is
you
that-
guys see George's video with his daughter with that one? I think
No.
Regal shared it.
Mhm.
So she draws a picture more or less of like, look, Daddy, look what I drew. And he's like, oh, that's wonderful, honey. Let's put it on the fridge. And they put it on the fridge. And he's like, yeah, it's just not right. Then he opens up the Regal Robot magnet and then goes down and sticks it right over the Yoda she drew. It looks great, honey. It's funny.
That's pretty
His
good.
videos that he's been doing lately have been absolutely knocking him out of the park.
That's pretty
Especially
Yeah.
with his daughters. Yeah.
yeah. I gotta check it out. That's awesome. But no one picking in that magnet up, or
I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm surprised J2SO's not on it because
I have the life size one, so I figured.
you're good.
Oh, now you're rubbing it in.
Yeah,
Rub it
So
in.
you were trying to say you're too good for us, huh? No,
Right?
Yeah.
I got this.
Nice. Nice.
Stick that on the fridge.
Yeah.
Mac.
There you go, honey.
Try putting that on the fridge. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's talk Andor.
And or
no Bix though. Damn.
I know. Hopefully that's not the meow. Hopefully that's not the last time we're gonna see Bix. But all right, so let's start off with Jason. What's your thoughts are on this recent episode?
I loved it because there was so much Empire stuff, and that's my thing, man. I just like seeing the white outfit, seeing Coruscant again. It's so cool to me, and like the little tags, the little Purina, the little tags that they all got, little chiclet tags. It's just so cool, man. It feels like you're in a Star Wars movie again, I guess. It feels, I don't know, it feels like Empire, like you're watching, like another, like this could be happening during like New Hope or Empire Strikes Back in a lobby room that you didn't see while Vader's choking someone out in another room. You know what I mean?
Hey, what's that noise?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just another guy getting choked out by Vader.
Oh, someone's getting promoted.
Yeah,
That's right.
Damn,
Yeah.
I
Yeah, but I mean, is that any other thoughts on it, or?
some people have said it's a little slow, which it's building up to some big, I think, attack this week's episode, right? So you gotta set the stage of stuff.
Yeah.
And then of course I'm sure we'll talk about the collectors,
The Easter eggs.
right, dude? Insane.
Yeah.
So much to look at there. So
Yeah. What's the number one Easter egg? By the way, man, her eyeballs are jeez. Good lord.
She's scared shitless.
Yeah, I don't know if she's scared shitless or she's taking a dump. I don't know what's going on here. Letting out crop dusting.
That wasn't a fart. Yeah, that's one of the.
But like, how cool was this, right? The kyber crystals, right?
Oh yeah.
Where the hell did they get these?
Yeah.
I don't know, but you'll probably be able to find them on Shop Disney in the next 6 months.
Dude, you're absolutely right. I guarantee you they're going to do it.
This episode is not sponsored by Shop Disney. Yeah. So that's the number one thing that sticks out. Wait, what? Did you answer the question? Easter egg? What's the number one?
I liked, my favorite thing was the Plo Koon breathing.
Yeah.
Jeff Sage pointed that out to me. I went, what? Because Plo Koon's my dude. So I was like, oh, that's cool that they have his race's breathing apparatus. So that was my favorite.
PJ, I just sent you an image for one of the Easter eggs. You can show a comparison.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Any other thoughts, Jason? I'm
ready for this week's episode, baby.
Okay, but you're liking it so far, from 1 to 10.
I'm loving the show. It's my favorite since Mandalorian for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is it better than the Mandalorian?
I think by the end of the 2 seasons, it could be. We'll see. As of right now, I think Mando. If you look at season 1 of Mando's first 3 or 4 episodes, that's better than what this has been. I think again, it's new and it's fresh. But this is filmed really well. There's a few different subplots going on that I actually care about, like that other police officer kid that went back to mom's apartment, and I'm kind of interested in what's gonna happen with this guy. Whereas Obi-Wan was very static. Here's one direction.
Yeah.
Book of Boba was very, here's a Vespa gang and stuff.
But I even feel like Mandalorian and this show, it's for a completely different demographic, you know? I feel like this show's for older guys our age.
Yeah, I don't.
Hey, easy there.
9-year-olds are watching Andor right now. You know?
Yeah, speak for yourself, Sean.
We're all like 25, 26. Come on.
In my heart, yes, I am.
Yes, in my brain.
In my collective
in my
room,
brain, I'm more like an 8-year-old, but yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. From 1 to 10, this episode.
8.
Okay.
Ish.
Okay.
A little slow. Love the visuals.
Yeah, the visuals is amazing. But all right, so let's go to Scott. Scott, your thoughts are on this. By the way, I want to share another Easter egg. So, Star Killer. Yeah, so they did show the helmet. I don't know. I just think they're just messing around with us. I don't think. Unless they introduce Star Killer later on somewhere, maybe in Jedi Fallen Order 2, and they're like, this is how he gets the helmet because it's on this guy's collection. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. I just hope that they're not doing that to just kind of tease us and not do anything with it, which would be.
They're totally doing that. I mean,
they're doing it. They're like
Indiana Jones's whip in carbonite.
Yeah, and the Holy Grail in carbonite.
Yep.
Yeah. What's the best way to troll fans? Oh, let's put some of their favorite.
Yeah, but
things
that could also be a setup. That could also be a setup for the new indie movie that's coming. So they wanted to at least plant that. Get it in your brain, you know.
But it was like when they put 3PO and R2 in Raiders of the Lost Ark in the hieroglyphics in the well of the souls, right on the wall there was a C3PO and R2. They did that.
Yeah.
Benjamin's comment there. Nailed it.
Yeah, Robin says you all think you're 25 and act like you're 12.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take it. Yep.
Well, I'm almost.
So you're almost 20. Yeah, me too. Scott, what's your thoughts on this episode?
Well, I agree with a lot of what Jason said. I mean, the thing is, I'm glad we kind of got the first 3 episodes out of the way when they aired it the first time, because I enjoyed them. I thought it was good. But, you've got that character development and these setup things and all this other crap that you got to deal with. This episode, all of a sudden, I felt a little bit more immersed. Yeah, it was a slower episode, but I was more immersed. It felt more movie. When did I start watching this movie? It was an hour long, I think, if I remember right. And it ended, and you're like, ooh, okay, I'm looking forward to the heist. What's going on next one. But I felt like I was watching a movie more so than I was watching an episode of something.
Exactly.
Right? And I felt more in it than I did previously. So it's like I've enjoyed everything that they've thrown out there to different degrees and all that other stuff. But this one, I felt like I was in it. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. So from a score from 1 to 10,
at least an 8. At least, if not a little bit higher. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not
because
much. Yeah.
Not a lot of action, but man, when that TIE fighter went by, that was just like, oh, this is awesome.
Yeah, give me more.
Yeah, it was cool. It was definitely cool.
Yeah, it's one of those things too. Not a lot of things happened in this show, right? But it was very like
well done.
Well done. Yeah. A lot of character building. You're kind of setting up the, like the Imperial, like I don't know what you call that round table. Is it directors? They're all called because it's Director Krennic. Are they all the same? Like I don't know.
They're the white coats.
White coats. Yeah, they're the white coats. But yeah, so anyways, Sean, what's your thoughts are on this episode?
I liked it. It definitely left you wanting more.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And it, like Scott said, it was more like a movie, and it was slow, but I was getting engulfed in it because I was, the information, it had substance to it, and then, you get the bonuses.
Girth.
Yeah. Hey-o.
Oh, good Lord. You said the G word.
It's got substance to it. It gives you the Easter eggs are nice. And the one thing that I actually caught was like on Luthen's ship. I feel like the AI on that ship is possibly going to be K2SO because the AI sounds just like K2.
Yeah. I think I thought that too. But I think we also really all like the egg cutter as the light.
The light switch with the speaker. Yeah. But no, it definitely left you wanting more. And then the Easter eggs are a nice nod, but it is slow. I know they're going to have to slow burn it because they're going to have 2 seasons and it's a ton of episodes.
Yeah.
But I'm ready. I'm ready to let's go kick some Imperial ass.
Yeah.
It's time. So hopefully, like you said, this week's episode, they're going to infiltrate. They said in 3 days. So I think this week's episode is going to be good.
When is it? Is it Tuesdays or Wednesdays? When does it air?
Tuesday overnight to Wednesday. So
Wednesday.
So Tuesday at midnight my time is when it would air.
Yeah.
3 a.m. Because
I get confused with what's Wednesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Friday, Sunday.
Yeah.
But overall, I enjoy the show. It's slow moving, but I love this stuff, so I'm good with it. So far I haven't like watched it and went, "Are you serious?" Like it hasn't made me go, "You got to be kidding me!" Like it did on the other series,
Yeah.
I also try to sit back and just go with the flow, even if it doesn't make sense or it's where I try to follow it, going okay until it totally throws me out. And I'm not talking about this, talking about anything. I know some of you out there get really, really deep in it, and I think that's awesome, but I don't know. I just kind of stay on the surface a little bit.
Yeah,
I go with the flow.
I go into it knowing it's going to be slow. Like same thing with House of Dragons. Like that's slow moving, but it's freaking it's phenomenal.
I was talking about that today. This episode, I'm like, give me some GOT style.
It's
something, but it's weird, so.
And the thing is, everyone's overall consensus of it. Yeah, it's a slow show, but I think most people feel like it's going to go in a positive direction.
Oh yeah.
No, to me, it's like it can only get better, but who knows? Because Disney can throw us a curveball.
And I think the other thing is that if you look at it and you go, okay, it's an hour-long episode, and you watch it and it's done, did it feel like an hour? If it didn't, then it kept your entertainment and kept you going, right? Whereas there's other things I'll try and watch. Like I keep trying to watch that frickin' Lord of the Rings one. And within like 15 minutes, I'm like scrolling through Facebook. I'm doing something else. I'm like, oh yeah, this is on. I can't connect to it, right?
Yeah. This one actually felt like it went quick for me because like I said, I was getting into it.
Yeah.
And Diego Luna is so damn good playing Andor that having a show to really capitalize on his acting as the character and just in general, I'm loving every time he's in a scene because Andor was great in Rogue One. That I love seeing the way his character is developing, where he accidentally kills those cops in the first episode. Well, he accidentally kills one of them, but then he does the hard thing of like shooting the other dude. It's like you see where he's kind of walking that line already of of what am I doing for right and wrong, you know. And he's great. I love it. I'm loving it.
He's actually.
I think you just have a crush.
Well,
I think he's sexy.
Maybe. So what? You know, that's the money show. That's Tuesday shows.
Yeah,
that's right.
He's an executive producer on the show as well.
Oh, he is.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. And then was it Tony Gilroy? His brother. He wrote this episode.
Okay.
Was it Dan Gilroy? I think's his brother's name.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
From 1 to 10, Sean.
I'll give it 7.5.
7.5.
I'm giving it.
Can we get 7 3/4?
I wanted to say that, but I figured you guys would nitpick me.
Yeah. 7 5/8.
It's not
7
just
5/8.
7 7/8. So we're right there at an 8. But no,
Yes.
I do. You know, I don't want to give it too high of a score because I feel like it's going to get better. You know,
Yeah, but there's nothing wrong with rating this one at 8 and the next one at 9 and the next one at 7 and they're all individual.
And I don't want to call any of these filler episodes only because every episode is telling a story that's going to lead to the future of the series. Where even in Mando, you get a couple of them where, we're going to go off on a side mission. That's a filler episode.
Mm-hmm.
To me, all this is cohesive.
The best series that was good at filler episodes was The Walking Dead. They give you an action one, they give you a filler. They give you an action one, they give you a filler.
They gave you like 3 seasons of filler. So
and it was just obvious it was filler because you do the same thing. You'd be watching it, and all of a sudden you're like, you know. So I don't care for that. If you're gonna put filler stuff in there, don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially with this type of stuff, because the episodes that we get most of the time are so rare. There's only going to be 6 episodes. There's only going to be 8 episodes or whatever. And some are 30 minutes, some are 10 minutes, and the other ones are 2 hours. Don't put filler shit in there. Don't waste our time, please.
Yeah. Well, great points, guys, and great ratings. For me, I'm going to put my flame suit on, like. I'm gonna say this is right off the bat. I like the show. Do I love it? It's good. I like it. We'll see. Towards the end of the season, like if I love it. But this is one of the first Star Wars shows that I wasn't super excited to stay up either all night or wake up early the next day to watch it. It was one of those things where okay, I'll wait till I get home. Type of thing. It's very slow moving. I agree. Again, guys, I love Star Wars, so I am going to like this show. I like this show. But at the same time, too, it's just one of those things, right? And maybe I'm probably in the minority in this one. Is that I wasn't like like when they announced Andor, I'm like, okay, cool. I was more excited for Boba, obviously, for Kenobi. And things like that, right? Like I just for me at least, is that we already explored these characters, like in like the kind of like the backstory of like how everything is like starting up with the rebellion, right? Now we're even deep diving into it, like really getting to know like okay, we're from the very very beginning of like okay, how's the rebellion gonna start, right? And I'm like at this point it's just like I said, I think I said it last week, and I'm trying not to beat a dead horse. It's just like all right, like like I want something new. And one thing about and Game of Thrones episode, this past episode is really good. The one thing good about the Game of Thrones is that it's so set far away from the timeline of the regular Song and Fire and Ice, right? That timeline, that you don't have any knowledge or connection to any of the characters that are in that show.
True.
So even though there are kind of like, you recognize Westeros, you recognize some of the names, the Lannisters, the Targaryens,
the incest,
the incest. Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, too, is that there is no connection to any character.
Yeah.
And I like that. And I kind of want that for Star Wars. I want to move away from the Skywalker saga. Because, again, this is Disney. Everything could go well, and then next thing you know, a character can show up, and they'll, mess it up. So I kind of want to get away from that timeline of, there's a possibility that they might mess up this.
Yeah.
There's a possibility they might mess up that. I think the reason why Mandalorian worked so well was that Mandalorian, there wasn't really any
There's no background. Yeah, there wasn't a Mandalorian that was coming from the past.
Yeah.
It was just all of a sudden, oh, what's this?
Yeah, what's this? And it was kind of like taking place in a small world. There was no like, oh, there's Darth Vader, there's so and so. They didn't really mention that. Only when now they're starting to bring Luke in and some of the, some of these characters. You're like, okay, what's going on here? And still, even with that, I'm still kind of like, oh boy, oh my god, are they gonna mess up Luke again? They're gonna mess up, like I'm still kind of like, and I have that jittery feeling. That's why, as much as I'm enjoying the show and I'm looking at this and I'm seeing the production on these things, I'm like, why can't you do this with every movie? Like, I'm like, how is this possible that you could create such an amazing production for a movie, for a show, but you couldn't do it for the other, like the cinematography, like, you see the background. I don't think they used the volume too much. It was just like, oh my gosh, the screenwriting, the writing is amazing. The cinematography, everything from like, it's checking up all the boxes of it for a movie critic. Like, oh wow, look at the cinematography, the acting, the screenwriting, even like some of the directors that around the round table. You're like, my gosh, where did they get these guys from? Broadway? From like, these guys are amazing actors, and you never heard of them before. So
go back to Obi-Wan, right? You got Ewan, it was awesome. I mean, even the little girl was awesome, and then the lady that was playing Reva, she didn't sell it for me. It constantly took me out. Whereas this, I feel like I'm in it. Like I said, you brought up, where are these guys from? Broadway. That's a really good point. They're all great actors so far that we've seen, that we stay inside this world.
Yeah. So this is what I signed up for when Disney bought Star Wars. This is what I signed up for. This type of production for a show, for a movie. This is better than some of the Marvel movies. Not some, most of it.
She-Hulk.
Oh my god! Don't even mention that. How dare you? The only thing that's going on for She-Hulk is that she's kind of hot,
green.
like a She-Hulk. Anyway,
yeah, right. She's hotter as a She-Hulk. What the hell?
Yeah. She's her muscles are very strong. Anyway,
she's a man, baby.
Oh my gosh, your muscles are bigger than mine. I like it. But even Mon Mothma, wow, like this scene alone when she's like, how could you invite them? I'm like, oh wow. I'm the acting is just like top notch. And I'm like,
it also shows how disconnected her husband is. He's just a rich guy that's got friends and can be bought and gives money. And she's like, these are my enemies. He's like, oh, what do you want me to do? You want me to cancel?
He's like, I don't care.
He doesn't give a shit. Yeah.
And that's what I like is these side stories, right? Like Obi-Wan with Leia, which again, I really enjoyed Obi-Wan, but it was a very singular story. And this had that movie feel where it's what's Mon Mothma up to, what's Andor up to. It's not just Andor. It pulls you away enough that when he comes back, you go, there's our main protagonist.
Yeah, and then even the production too. Like compare this production to Kenobi. Yeah. You mean to say this one has more budget, like a bigger budget than the Kenobi?
It looks
How's
like
that even possible? Huh? What's up?
It looks like a double or triple budget what Kenobi had.
Yes.
Oh, easily.
Like, isn't that mind-boggling though?
Well, it makes you wonder because Disney owned the Star Wars stuff when they did Rogue One, right? And the other stuff. I wonder if there's some weird contingency somewhere that Disney owns Star Wars, but they don't have as much of the rights or whatever of the original trilogy, prequel. You know what I mean? They own the sequels outright. They own Rogue One outright. And that's where they want to invest their money. You go back and you do Obi-Wan or Boba Fett or even The Mandalorian, which is theirs at least, but Boba Fett and Obi-Wan, that they don't have as much stake in it, I guess, or return on investment as they would because, I mean, dude, this is like 3 times the budget.
Yeah, this is they created it,
Right? I'm like, I'm not going crazy here. But this is why I'm heated is that, oh my gosh, like you could do this for this type of like show, but you can't do it for Kenobi or any of the, or Book of Boba or even Mando. Like, I think this has a bigger budget than Mando.
Yeah. Which is sad. Why can't everything be equally as awesome? Don't you want that?
Yeah, don't you want that? Like, I mean, like, which merchandise will sell more, Kenobi or Andor?
Well, it's a good question now, right?
Well, now, but before, if I were to pitch it to you, Scott, hey, we're gonna
Before
make
I would have
Kenobi.
said Kenobi because you've got Vader and you've got Obi-Wan and you've got, those characters. I would think that it's almost like, with other things. If Hot Toys was to go back and redo Farm Boy Luke, and I mean, they're doing Bespin and things, but you know what I'm saying? If they go back and they do those original trilogy figures again, they're going to fly off the shelf. They're going to sell double what they did 10 years ago. We want that more than we want possibly, an Andor figure or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just but a lot of this stuff, it has to work with the merchandising. The movie or the TV show, where's the return on investment? Not just people going to the movies and watching it, but the merch that comes off of it. And this, you're going to have a lot of merch, whether if it's costumes or figures or, items, whatever. There's going to be something coming off of it. And they did the same thing with Obi-Wan with less investment.
Mm-hmm. You make a great point. That's a great point. So again, like I'm very confused. Very confused. Where it's like it's still like, even though like we're away from the sequels now, it still feel like it's kind of confusing, and it feels like I hate to say her name, but Kathleen Kennedy is still like, I don't know what I'm doing kind of thing. Like, oh, you want more money for Andor? Sure, here you go. Oh, Kenobi? Already.
I'm reading a thing right now, PJ, because I wanted to look it up. And this one thing's reporting Mandalorian season had $120 million budget, and Kenobi had $150 million.
Wow.
And they're suggesting that Andor has between 15 and 25 mil per episode. So it's actually making a bit less, or is it more? I don't. How many episodes?
It's more. 12 episodes this season.
Okay, so yeah,
and then 12 more next season.
And they're doing it with less CGI and more on.
No volume. Everything's practical.
So they did. I think like what Scott said. They're like, Boba was George's thing. The fans want it. Andor's are like you have you have an adopted kid and a born child.
One of them's a redheaded stepchild. Yeah.
Well, one of them's going to a private school, one's going to public school. Private school, baby. So.
Oh, good lord.
Boba's riding Vespa to public school, and Andor, so.
Yeah. So I'm not sure. There's no movie in plans right now. Like, I don't know what's going on with Taika Waititi's movie.
Yeah, I heard he's supposed to be off, like you were saying, off its own story within the galaxy, but it's not a Skywalker story.
Yeah, I don't even know what he's making. No one knows. I don't know if he's still making. I heard
now that Thor, yeah.
Yeah, I think they were saying that Thor, he's not making Thor 5. They don't want him involved in that because I think they saw the debacle of Thor 4.
I didn't mind that. I didn't mind that one at all. I enjoyed it. I went through it. I didn't think it was fantastic, but I enjoyed it.
I almost wanted to. Oh my gosh, it was bad. I was so angry. I wanted to slap a panda or something. I was like,
slap a panda.
Oh, panda, you're so cute. I hate this movie. It's like,
slap a panda.
Slap. I hate this Thor movie. But I didn't do anything, Mr. PJ.
Right.
Get out of here, panda. But yeah, it just kind of like, here's my question to you guys. Do you think Andor is really that good? And I'll start off with Sean.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's good. Anything, Rogue One's awesome. So anything leading up to it, I think I enjoy it because it's completely different than everything else we've gotten. Like I said, it's more toward the adult. Yeah. It is slow, but you know what? As an adult, we should be a little more patient and just let it world build and tell the story, because that's the thing. Everything has been cohesive so far. There hasn't been anything that's jumping.
Do you think that Boba would have received this type of okay, it's kind of slow, it's kind of here and there, because I think people were giving up on it after episode 2.
I think the writing in Boba Fett was garbage.
If they had this type of writing,
Well, this writing, absolutely. You
Yeah,
get
this
this
is a
same
lot more
writer. You
serious,
get this
yeah.
same writer and this budget on Boba. It's going to be friggin' amazing. The writing on Boba Fett is what's killed it. Like I can live with the budget for the sets and everything, and you know, as much as we couldn't stand the Vespa gang, I can overlook that, but I couldn't overlook the way it jumped so much. And then they throw you the two curveballs with the Mando episodes. You're like, what? I couldn't even get invested in it because it was too many curveballs.
It felt like when they threw those Mandos in that they were like, "Oh, Hail Mary, we got to save this. Let's give them a couple from Mando." Yeah,
I don't know because it was shot before they even like kind of showed it to anyone. So they knew that they needed to put like Mando there. So I just think that the Mando episode was to get it over the 4-episode mark.
I also think maybe this is it. So far, what we've seen in Andor, which is real early, we're only 4 episodes in, right? We still got how many to go? You know, so but there's substance there.
Yes,
it's something that has weight to it and that has depth and all this other stuff. Whereas like with Boba, it was like it was very thin. Very thin episodes, very weak episodes. This has been something that you feel like, I can sink my teeth into that. I'm getting it. I'm following it, you know?
I just think that with Andor, there was a lot more time to produce as opposed to Boba. It was just like, oh, we're making Boba, and then it's here.
Yeah.
I don't think they had
cash cow.
I think the thing with Boba Fett was like, I don't know, we'll just have him go in and rule, and this will be it. All right, let's just start shooting. That's kind of like there was nothing there. This looks like they were like, we should do a movie. You know what? Let's stretch it out. Let's stretch it out and turn it into this, and it actually has, like I said, substance to it.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too. Is that like this was in talks? I think ever since for a long time. You know, for a long time. Boba, there's so many, and Kenobi too. There's so many things that it went through. It was supposed to be a movie. The guy who directed Fantastic Four was supposed to direct Boba and make a movie, but then Fantastic Four came out and it sucked, so they squashed it. It just there's so many things that were kind of like you know, influencing it from being, you know, like a last minute, okay, let's put Boba here. You know, we need to make a Boba show. You know, oh, they loved him in Mando. Let's make a Boba show. You know?
Yeah, but if they had kept that Boba that was in Mando, it could have been freaking awesome.
Absolutely. Don't give us the bait and switch like they did. I think that's why a lot of people were pissed about Boba Fett. Because at the end of that Mando, you're like, oh, we could not wait for the Boba show. And then a different Boba Fett showed up.
Yeah.
One that's prancing around in the field and frolicking.
Listen, I don't mind for him to grow as a character. You know, he's getting older and he wants to rule. I was fine with that. It was just the way everything was written. It was just, to me, it was just all over the place.
It was. I agree with you because to be honest, it's kind of like the same thing with Andor, but Andor has more organization. Right? Like, okay, we start off with here. We're going to build him up. He's starting as a regular person, right?
That's
you know, and
that's funny.
Thank you know, Robin. with the flashbacks, it was like, it was it's smooth. It flowed really smoothly, you know? Right? It wasn't like very choppy. Like, oh, he got hurt. Back to the tank. Oh, here comes a flashback.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You knew when the flashbacks were coming.
Yeah, you're just, and you start the first one or two, you're like, okay. Then by the third one, you're like cringing.
Yeah, because the first time you saw him do the flashback and say, "Oh man, this is awesome." Yeah. And then, like you said, by the third or fourth episode, you're like, okay.
I want to say it was the third episode. One of the episodes, the train and track. I enjoyed that episode, but the rest of them were just kind of like, that. And I think the very last one, you know, but still. Not as it was almost like watching a Saturday morning cartoon compared to this as an adult film, and I don't mean that kind of adult film. So keep in mind of the gutter, but you know what I'm saying.
Everyone has big hands.
Big difference. Right.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, Jason, what do you think? Like, okay, so we say adult, not adult film, adult.
Yes.
Is that something that is, you know, I guess you could say worth it for Disney to invest in, considering that there is not a lot of like a younger audience watching the show?
I
You think that's a good investment?
I think so. If as long as they also have the other end of the spectrum where you're making, the shows that are that kids are gonna watch. Like the kids are family. I think Mando's a family show, right? You watch Grogu. Kids are loving Grogu. Gabe stars up because he has 2 younger daughters. He can watch Mando, enjoy it, and they'll enjoy it. They might not be as into Andor. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They also know that half the demographic is going to be. We want a show with substance. We can't.
30-year-old, 40-year-old, 50-year-old Star Wars people.
We can't just throw Boba Fett on the screen anymore and go, "Here's your Star Wars." They're going to be happy. They're going to go, "Oh, they want good writing. They want a functional story."
It also shows. I think it was episode 3. We heard the word shit.
And
it's the first time. Yeah, it's the first time we've ever heard a cuss word
in Star Wars.
In Star Wars.
It's just it's just.
Yeah, and think about who's paying for Disney Plus too. The adults,
not
you
the children.
Throw us a bone or something. Give us something.
Yeah, like I love Clone Wars, and like I even tried. I watched some of the Resistance cartoon show, right? Just because I didn't watch it yet. But imagine if they just kept putting out, here's a Saturday morning kids cartoon, Saturday morning's kids cartoon. We wouldn't be buying that stuff anymore. You know what I mean? So they have to give us something.
That's a good point, Jason. I mean, look at what they did with Clone Wars, right? They were like, "Oh, this is going to be for the kids," and then the adults started getting into it, and then they'd put the kids episodes in it, and we'd be like, "Oh man, this sucks." And then obviously it clicked by season 7.
Yeah.
Because that was amazing.
Yeah. Rebels was like that. It started off as a kid show. I think that was the only way to get it jump started by Filoni. They were like, I think he pitched it to Kathleen Kennedy. He's like, "Hey, we're making a cartoon. Here's some episodes. Take a look at it. Oh, it's for kids? Oh, yes. Green light it. Green light.
Like,
and there he was like, all right, episode 6.
Universes and dimensions, and Maul is, all this stuff. It got badass by
it got pretty heavy. And it's one of those things like my kids enjoyed it too, and I was able to watch it with them. This one they kind of like tuned out a little bit, like, what the hell is this?
It is a little more because there's dialogue, right?
Yeah, there's dialogue. And
just blasting and just going, he's flamethrowing. Kids are gonna go, "Oh yeah, this." They don't care about these two talking around a round table for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
we do care about that story to a degree, or the dialogue,
Yeah, but we're all ready for some action next episode.
Yeah.
It's
say Martell says, so Disney Plus needs an adult tier. They already did that when they brought in the Marvel stuff. They went into another level that Disney Plus hadn't been in before with some of the Marvel stuff that was more risque, adulty, cussy, whatever you want to call it. When they brought in like Daredevil and they brought in, forget the other ones, that more like that. So they're definitely doing that. They're definitely moving to, I think they're like Jason said, or Sean, whoever, who's paying for this?
Yeah.
Same reason why Lego releases an $800 AT-AT is not because they know some 8-year-old kid's going to pay that.
Yeah.
They know their market, which is going to be the adults, believe it or not. People that can afford that shit.
Like, for example, you're not going to see, there's, I have the Sideshow Grogu, and then you could get the Target Grogu for $20. Because your kids, PJ, can buy that. They're not going to release an Andor K2 set from this in Hot Toys form for those kids. You know what I mean? They know it's the adults that are buying that kind of stuff, So.
Yeah.
Know your market.
Yes. And again, you guys make a great point by saying that, like, the adults are the ones that are buying it, If we buy it and we think, we say we're buying for the kids. No, we're not buying for the kids. We're buying for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's our money. We want something out of it.
Yeah, right.
He's like, "Hey, son, I bought you a nice lightsaber." "Dad, I didn't want one." "Okay."
All right, I'll keep it.
You start playing with it, but you can look at it.
I got you a nice new Roman props Vader saber. Oh, I don't want it. Oh, good. That was the plan.
Yeah, but you know what? Again, I really hope that this is not the last. I mean, besides Andor, like season 1 and 2, hopefully there are more Star Wars shows like this. I think this is kind of like Disney Star Wars flossing. Like they're basically like this being cocky and say, "Hey, we can make good content too." But now let's make it every show. Let's do the same type of production for every show. If they could, like, to be honest, it almost makes me like, oh yeah, they're like so invested in the what's that called? That stupid thing.
The volume.
The volume.
The volume. Yeah.
I would rather, have them like shoot like in real like locations and stuff.
Me too.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the volume has definitely served its purpose, and it will probably just get better. I think it definitely does it, but it doesn't have to be for everything.
Yeah.
Like you said, I would hate to see them waste their budget sending everybody over to Egypt for a 30-second, or 2-minute thing.
Oh yeah. No, I'm more so like meaning like okay, there's a lot of shots, a lot of scenes that they could use. Just like this type of budget. I mean, like this is great.
Yeah.
You're so immersed.
Yeah, because they even used the volume.
For example,
I'm sorry, Jason.
I was gonna say the writing, right? So Book of Boba, the writing is different. House of the Dragon is using the volume.
Yes,
right.
That's what I was going to say. In the Batman, they used the volume.
Right. It feels bigger than Book of Boba did because they had writing and essence.
It worked in context with everything. It was an added actor to it instead of something to rely on.
Yeah.
Support it. Yeah.
Yeah. Just get Tony Gilroy to write more Star Wars content, because right now he's the most successful writer and producer for Star Wars right now.
That dude was in Punisher.
This guy?
Yeah, he was in the Punisher season 2.
Oh,
Netflix. Yeah.
But I mean, if I were to give this episode, I'll give it like a 7.8. There
you go. Yeah,
it's definitely good. I'm waiting for it to kick up a bit, and I'm sure it will. And I think this show is going to be good. I'm waiting for some of the stormtroopers to show up, and
the Death Troopers. Yeah.
I honestly think they're building everything up, and I think the last half is where everything kicks in. I think where all hell will break loose is probably, I would say, episode 8.
Well, yeah, they've got to leave a cliffhanger of some sort for next year. They got to leave you hanging.
Yeah.
And then you got to wait next year for it. And then, of course, episode 12 of next year, then everybody dies. So that's the end of it.
Done. Here's my question to you guys. Do you think that the show should introduce like Palpatine or Vader?
I would love to see little glimpses of it. Vader in the background or coming across a Tarkin or something to where they're not a main character, but you see them slide in. So you're like, oh, that's right. That's happening right now. That's happening in this thing,
Yep.
How about you, Sean?
Yeah, I totally agree with Scott. Like if Vader just came walking down the hallway, maybe he said 2 words to somebody and then just walked off. Like that would just be a little cherry on top, and then it's not focusing on the Vader show. It still keeps you immersed with Andor. So just a little bit of them in the background or just walking by would be nice.
Yeah, just to bring you back into going, oh yeah, that's happening now.
You know what I mean? Okay. Oh, this is Star Wars. Yeah. This is like how about you, Jason?
I agree. Vader is, he steals the show if he shows up. So.
Yeah,
you give a little hint. Like I think I had mentioned last week. Even if you main characters leaving a meeting room, and in the back you see Vader and Tarkin, maybe
right.
It's something where you see same thing. It's
you hear as he's walking by, apology accepted.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
But I think keep away enough though that they don't take over the show.
Right.
They'll just steal everything.
I'm waiting for Krennic to show up.
Dude,
Aelin. I feel like he's gonna probably
Saul Guerrero.
Saw.
Yeah. Well, we know that's coming.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Question is, are we going to see Jin? Is Jin going to be
like young Jin?
Like young Jin, yeah.
Oh, speaking of age, I think people were talking about the woman that was in the antique shop. What was her name? Clea or whatever.
Yeah, Clea.
Like, you think, is this 5 years before New Hope? And you think
this is
this?
The
Anyone
year,
can
and
look it
then
up.
the next one's like 4 years. Yeah, so this is like 5 years.
Okay, so if this is 5 years, Leia was roughly 20 years old in A New Hope. Leia would be 15 years old. So that, to me, that woman was way too old to be Leia.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
it just popped in my mind. I was like, oh, I got to ask somebody.
Leia.
Leia and Leia, and people had talked about, oh, that could be Leia. I'm like, she's too old.
Yeah, Andor is right after Rebels.
Yeah, Robin said same 5-year period as Rebels. Anything to tie to the bigger picture.
So yeah, then that would be interesting if we're going to see like a Hera or any of that, because of course Ahsoka is coming next.
Yeah.
So that's supposed to be. Yeah.
Okay, so season 1, 5 years before Rogue One.
Okay.
Season 2, episode 1, 2, 3 is 4 years before Rogue One. 4.
So these are back to back.
3 years before. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because season 1 is just basically 1 year, right? And season 2 is going to be
episodes.
Yeah, 12 episodes, but it's going to be time jumping. And then I think end of season 2 is basically going to lead up to Rogue One.
Yeah.
Everybody dies.
Yeah. Oh my. Spoiler alert, Scott.
Yeah. So it's something my father used to always say, like, oh, don't worry, everybody dies. You're like, dude, no. Or why did they do that? It's how the director told them to act. You're like, oh, stop. That's how they wrote the script. Shut up. That whole thing.
Don't ruin it for me, Dad.
Yeah.
Goes up, slam my door in my room. So, I'm excited. And one thing I love about doing a live stream or a show on a Monday, it's 2 episodes two episodes, 2 days till we get the next episode. So, Benjamin, really? Supposed 3 seasons? Ah, man.
If he's you walked into that. If he's including Rogue One, that would be season 3.
Oh, I was about to say.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know if I could take 3 seasons.
Then they
do you think it'd take 3 seasons of Andor though? Technically,
no,
it would just be way too much.
Less is more, man.
You could really do it 13 episodes in one season.
Yeah, I agree.
I would be fine with that. It doesn't.
I'd be fine with that
seasons.
too. 13 episodes. What is it? Yeah, 1 season, and just kind of like connect everything in 5 years in that season. And
do you remember how TV shows used to be? 1 season would be like 28 episodes or 32 episodes.
Smallville. I used
and
to
then
love
Smallville. Then Friends hits, and it's like, oh, we're only doing six episodes this season. 8 episodes, and then everybody's like, yeah, we could just do 8 episodes.
Yeah, Lost is like 22 episodes a season.
Oh my gosh, don't remind me. Lost was like, oh my gosh, I wanted to punch myself in the you know what after watching the last episode of Lost. I was like,
you're like, what? They're dead? They've been dead? What the hell?
What the hell? I just wasted 7 years of my life.
I know. PJ's like.
Yeah, I was like, please, that feels much better than going through 7 years of the stupid hatch.
Well, what
numbers? The hatch.
Was it the TV show Dallas where they did it? The season that everybody had just watched turned out to be a dream. I think it was Dallas that they did that on.
Dallas. I remember watching Dallas as a kid. My parents loved Dallas.
Right.
Knots Landing.
Not dun, 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 dun. Okay, no. Remember that theme song for Dallas?
That was the hospital, right?
Huh?
No.
Well, because there was some show that takes place at a hospital. At the end of the show is actually like it's taking place inside of like a snow globe of like the doctor.
What?
Snow globe or something. It's something insane.
Oh,
right?
it's like a Twilight Zone episode, is what that sounds.
Dude,
like.
I would take I'll find a snow globe in my house and freaking smash it if I found that out.
That's the greatest thing ever, though. It's Star Wars is just above Lost. I freaking love Lost.
Oh, how dare! I love Lost, but it just got
the numbers on my fingers right there, man.
Oh my gosh, you got the numbers!
Yeah, dude, I love Lost, man.
Damn.
I love Evangeline Lilly. Humana.
Yeah.
Meow.
That was good.
Oh yeah, dude. I actually met Evangeline Lilly a couple times, and she's.
I can't believe I forgot she was in that. Mm-hmm. I only think of her as the Wasp now for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she came to New Jersey for a book signing, so I had to go.
She came to New Jersey to your house for why?
Nice. She wanted to see the. She wanted to see the Jar Jar.
She's like,
outfit.
yeah, all right. Where's this Jar Jar? I
yeah.
want to see the dark side.
Misa honey.
Misha back. But yeah, no, but well, 24 episodes. Oh, come on.
Dude, how great
Please
was
tell
24?
me you guys did not love 24.
24 was good.
24 was awesome. Previously
Yeah.
on 24, you're like, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Dude, and Jack Bauer. I mean, there was like
So
Chuck
good.
Norris
Kiefer.
isms, but Jack Bauer isms was like the best.
Mhm.
You know?
Great show.
And but it was like, but you know what's cool is that like every episode was like 1 hour long, and if you went to commercial break and you
Oh,
came
yeah.
right back,
I love how
They-
the clock counted down.
Oh yeah, they did an amazing job. They did an amazing job with keeping it so intense at the very end
Yeah.
that you couldn't wait till the next episode. I remember DVRs were coming in around that time, and it was like, okay, I'm gonna let a couple of them build up because I can't do this to myself. You know what I mean? You can't just watch one and then wait the week. You
no.
wait 3 weeks and then you can watch 3 of them in a row.
yeah, and he kicked butt every single time. Oh my gosh, it was I love that. I love that show. But
Yeah,
man,
good
those are
show.
the good old days, man. Right? Like streaming.
When regular TV was good.
Regular
TV. Yeah.
and then you had to DVR it, and then you'd be pissed if you missed your DVR didn't
Well,
record.
look at Cobra Kai. That's one show that you have to binge watch. Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of shows you love, and you're like, oh, I want to watch another episode or whatever. But that one, it's like you get stuck, and all of a sudden the sun's coming up, and you're like, what the hell did I do? But you can't help yourself. I've done it through all the seasons like that. You know,
Janine's like,
keep
damn it, I
watching.
got to go to work now.
She's never seen one episode. I
What?
keep trying. Yeah, I keep trying.
Are
I'm like,
you
you gotta watch
kidding
this.
me?
No.
Oh, Janine, you got to watch
my
Cobra Kai.
Gosh, you have Cobra Kai. It's one of those things too. You're like karate, but it's actually like the fact that
The nostalgia.
Johnny Lawrence is like he's still stuck in the 80s, right? He's
Yeah.
like, whoa,
Yeah,
what is
oh,
this
yeah.
internet? And you're like, oh my gosh, this is so cool because you grew up in the 80s, right?
Oh, so good.
They
Yeah,
do
but-
such a good job with the stupid conflict. Everybody's got a misunderstanding going on. Everybody gets all upset, and you're like thinking, no, this is ridiculous. And then all of a sudden you're totally latched into it. And you're like,
Oh,
this is awesome.
Yeah.
You know?
It's so dumb, but the nostalgia gets you through it.
Oh, every
yeah.
single freaking time.
Oh, I love that.
Johnny's the man.
Oh, Johnny's the man. Oh, dude, he is so cool. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, like I miss those good old days when you DVR something and then you'd be pissed because it kind of like it's like the episode's too long and cuts cuts off into like the news or something. I don't know. I forgot.
Yeah. What
It
was
doesn't record enough.
Marcel said, "Did you binge watch Serenity?" What was Serenity? I don't remember that one.
It was the Firefly like spin-off.
Oh, I never watched Firefly. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, again, great episode, guys.
Yeah, this was fun.
Again, please don't message me. Don't comment in the comments below. I love Andor. I'm just, challenging, Oh yeah.
There we
It's
go.
like that 80s synthy sound.
Yeah, I love, dude. That's why like my Paradox Nerd intro is based off I love the 80s. I'm an 80s boy.
I was talking, my wife was dressed as an 80s, she's got the colorful bracelets and the hair is all a certain way for work today. She's like, I got my 80s gear on, and I'm like, all right, because they're doing, I guess, for Cashier Appreciation Week or something. And immediately, the first thing I said was that I'd totally go back in a heartbeat.
Me too.
Totally go back.
Totally go back. And that's why I think I love
Jason, you probably wouldn't exist, would you?
That was the best 8 months of my life.
Was that 1989?
Oh
Not
my
a kid,
goodness.
not a care in the world. You knew everything was going to be okay.
He missed out on parachute pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did whatever I wanted, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say is that like that's why like the first episode of Andor was so like it reeled you in because it felt like it has that synthesized music playing in the background in the cantina. It was so cool, and the lady looked like the girl from that
was a total Blade Runner feel.
Blade Runner,
the
my
flat head,
Oh, yeah.
and
definitely.
yeah,
yeah.
that's what I was waiting for.
Well,
Yeah.
Robin missed. She's born in the 90s.
Yeah.
Well, you guys should come to the 80s with me because it was awesome.
Oh, I
It
was
was
there.
Freaking awesome.
It was awesome. I grew up in the 90s too, but 80s was a totally different,
Yeah.
innocent time. Whatever you watch in Stranger Things was how the 80s felt.
Oh,
Yeah,
minus the
I
monsters.
think
Minus
that's
the
one of the
monsters.
reasons why that show was so popular.
100%.
Again, knowing the demographic, knowing your audience, we watched it going, holy shit, that is totally like what that was
how we
like
grew
or
up.
this. Yeah.
Yeah, biking to
We rode our
someone's
bikes
house.
everywhere. We were all over the place.
And those,
yeah.
and when they were sitting on the floor playing with the Falcon in the basement, I'm like,
Yes.
that's how I grew up, in the basement playing with Star Wars stuff, man.
Yeah, playing D&D. I mean, yeah.
Well, there were no cell phones. There were no pagers. There were no the phone was connected to the damn wall.
It was called
You know,
imagination.
and if you took off, just show up before the streetlights come on or whatever.
Yeah.
I
No
mean, that's-
dinner. No
that's it.
dinner if you missed dinner.
You took
Yeah.
vacations back then. Your family did stuff. You're always out on the street. Whatever you're
Yeah.
doing, that's how it was.
Life was
Yeah,
different.
you packed like 4 or 5 people in the back. There was no car seats. There were no
No
oh my
seat
gosh.
belts.
You know,
seatbelts.
back of the pickup truck.
Oh, yeah.
You know, everybody's out there on the freeway just bouncing around or whatever, and no one cared.
I
They're
know.
so stupid, but yeah, you know.
All right, so I just want to say thank you to everyone watching and listening to us.
Yes, thank you for giving
really
us your
appreciate
Monday.
it. Yeah, on a Monday. We'll be back again next Monday.
Monday.
Please hit the like, subscribe button. I don't really ask. We only ask, but if you guys have a chance.
Oh, Marcel always says
Give us a
gently
like.
stroke. Oh,
Yeah,
always
stroke that like button.
Oh, good Lord.
get
Stroking.
us to 500.
Oh my goodness. Yes, help us get us to 500, and I really appreciate Jason J2SO and Scott for
Yes.
hopping on.
Thank you.
It was a lot of
Great.
fun. This seriously
Yeah.
was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun talking to you guys. Thank you guys for hopping on the show. And Sean, another one
In the books. Yeah, man, this is good.
yeah, this is a great episode. Can't wait for the next one. And I have to leave everyone with this. You son of a...